On the shores of Lake Okanagan, a beautiful Sunday morning here in Kelowna. The Brier here in this province for the 8th time in history, and all the action right here on TSN. Welcome to downtown Kelowna, Prospera Place, home to the Kelowna Rockets in the Western Hockey League. They're in an 8-game road trip so we can feature the best curlers in Canada at the Montana's Brier. There's our feature this morning. Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, coming up next on TSN. Come on inside the building, as always. Glad you're watching our coverage right here. Brian Mudra, Kathy Gauthier with you. Lovely part of the country here in BC and Kelowna. So this year's Montana's Brier, Brad Gushue chasing after his 7th title all-time. Is this one Brad's championship to lose?
I don't know. It's not about ability, it's not about talent, but last night was the 3rd game only that Brendan and Brad were in the house. I just don't know if that's enough reps.
He's running out of fingers. If you look at the media guide, he's holding up 6, right? He's won this thing 6 times. He's off to a great start as well. He's 2-0, but close game against the host province, BC, last night. This was an 8.
Well, for 2 games in a row, BC came on hard in the second half. This was a huge shot for Mark Nichols. That's vintage, the triple.
Yes, the celebration. Remember the lineup wrinkle as well. Brendan Bottcher has joined this team. He's now, there you see him in the house holding the broom. Mark Nichols is sweeping for this team. And another big shot needed in the same end from the skip.
Well, and the reason that Brad Gushue's won so many times is he makes the big shot when it matters. And in this 9th end, it was huge.
So BC, give them credit. It was a tough game, but the defending champ wins 5-3. Carruthers out of Manitoba, big-time win, 14-2, as Carruthers is 2-0. Matt Dunstone, always a threat. He wins as well. And out of Northern Ontario, it's John Epping against Kevin Cooey, and Kevin Cooey off to an 0-2 start. So same deal as the Scotties. Group A, Group B. Top 3 from each side will qualify for the playoffs. There's no tie-breaking games. It's head-to-head matchups that count, and that last stone draw to the button. So that is what is critical. Let's begin with our feature and Saskatchewan and Mike McEwen. We know he's from Manitoba, but last year, Kathy, he put on that jacket. He looked like Superman, made it all the way to the final, and lost in that championship game. Exactly the same team 1 year later. Can he do it again?
Well, it's really tough. They played so well last year, but I already noticed something different about Mike. Last year, he embraced the crowd, the opportunity to play in Saskatchewan. He felt the love, he showed the love. Yesterday, he hit and rolled out once and looked really uptight. You can't think about trying to get to the weekend yet. You just have to play in the moment.
I talked with Owen Purcell last night, his first ever Brier appearance out of Nova Scotia, and he said it might have helped him taking on another rookie, Kleider, out of Saskatchewan in his opening game, because both of them were a little bit nervous.
Well, they were, and they didn't want to mix it up. There were 5 blank ends. In fact, there would have been 6, except for Owen flashed a blank attempt. That's because they didn't know the ice. This ice has been tricky. It's been frosty. Go early. Don't waste.
Purcell said his welcome to the Brier moment was looking one sheet over. There's Brad Jacobs, one of his heroes. On the other sheet, there was Mike McEwen. Well, guess what? Now you got to go head-to-head against Mike McEwen at the big show. It's the Brier, and it's next on TSN.
Always love representing Nova Scotia and representing what we stand for, and the grit and the hard work and all of the training that goes into being the best versions of ourselves that we can be. I'm really just excited to get started.
We've got 4 guys who try to throw the rock similar. We've got great team dynamics, good rushing. Being our 2nd year has given us a little bit more of a baseline to improve on.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
It is the first day here at the Brier, a 3-draw day in Kelowna. As you see, Mike McEwen's team made the final last year, and Owen Purcell his Brier debut, taking on one of his heroes growing up in Mike McEwen. It's time to meet the teams, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's Hal. And Team Nova Scotia led by Owen Purcell, third Luke Saunders, at second Scott Zachary, and lead Ryan Abraham. For Team Saskatchewan, of course, they got here on points. Mike McEwen, your skip. Colton Flash, third. Kevin Marsh at second. And Daniel Marsh, his twin, at lead. Remember, it is Kevin Marsh that holds the broom. That allows the sweeping ability of Colton Flash for this team. Every game, there's the draw to the button. It's critical. Obviously, you want to get hammer. You can see the numbers by centimeters. Very close. Not a lot of separation. Less than 10 centimeters there. It determines who has the hammer. And winning hammer was Owen Purcell out of the Halifax Curling Club. So this team out of the Nutana in Saskatoon will kick things off. The lead is Daniel Marsh. And really Kathy, there's so many great storylines this year at the Brier. Team Saskatchewan, Mike McEwen, so great last year in his home province. He's back with the exact same team. We know there's been a lot of lineup changes very late in an Olympic cycle. And for Owen Purcell, in talking with him last night after his win, he said, you know what? Playing against Mike, we don't want to force anything. We're going to play the shots that are ahead of us, but he did admit Mike will probably come at us. Last night I played another rookie in the Kleider team out of Saskatchewan, so we got to be ready for some rocks in play very early in this game.
Well, I talked to Colleen Jones walking in this morning, and Colleen is the coach of this Nova Scotia team, and this very much is their plan. They do not want to go around the center with hammer. They want to go to the wing and make sure that they have a chance to figure out ice, and here's a great example why you would not have wanted to throw two center guards. It just gives you a chance to make a little bit of a mistake without it hurting.
So Ryan Abraham a little bit light.
It's easily over.
Easy, should run better.
Plus, it's easily over.
I think there's a huge advantage for this McEwen team, not in this game particularly, but coming into this Brier. They proved to themselves and everybody last year that they were the real deal, that this lineup works really well. But you have to be patient. You can't think. For Mike, you walk off losing a Canadian final, been there, done that, and it is on your mind until the next time you get to the show. But that's a week away from now. So you just have to bite off little pieces to win a Brier.
Top 8. Okay, always lose.
And Kathy, that's what he told us in the sit-down interviews before the championship. Last year for Mike McEwen, one of the best experiences of his career. He was embraced by the province. Remember, this is a guy that, you know, he made the final last year. He lost a trials final knocking on the door. I mean, Mike McEwen has been an elite player for a long time, and he's been close.
He's a great player, and his team gives him confidence, and a confident skip is a scary skip. And one of the few teams that stayed intact, that gives you a lot more recall, if you will, from success than a lot of teams have.
And Kathy, this speaks to the ice conditions. Look what they're taking here. You're getting what, edge of 12 and getting that much curl. Outstanding early on in this competition.
Top 8. Go ahead. Top 4. Running. Top 4. Got to curl. Got to curl. Top 4. You have to curl it. It's wide open. Weight's good. Just got to go down. Weight's good. Curl. Come on. Curl. Keep going, Dad. Don't
and
stop.
look at that finish from just inside the hog line.
So good.
And finishes all the way back for Shotstone.
I like that. Peel.
Well, it's behind the tee line, but for Owen with last rock, really critical to open up the front.
And this is the guy that Owen says is the calming, laid-back guy on the team, and he brings that old-school Brier experience to the team. Scott Zachary. Kathy, let's start with our keys to the game for this morning's matchup, and we'll begin with Team Saskatchewan.
Well, talking about the Magic Mike has become his little bit of a handle, if you will. 95% in his first game. That's huge, huge numbers. And channeling 2024, you want to be that team. Remember what you did, not only in execution, but how you felt emotionally, how you took each game and savored each moment. That's how you win championships.
Dan, weight's good. We're there. If you need to, Dan. I like to go. Dan, curl. Go, Dan. Curl. Curl.
And for Owen and his team, so tentative yesterday. You cannot win a Brier that way. Giddy up. Let's go. You need to start going, not be afraid of rocks in play. He is very defensive and win the battle at third. Luke Saunders is a very, very good player, but he is in tough against Colton Flash.
Keys to the game brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life. All of it.
Close. Whoa. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Okay, good.
And that opens things up a little bit for the skip on that second one from Zachary.
Man, it's curling a ton.
Yeah.
It is that.
It's better. Way better.
Yeah.
It's better, but the intern side you can see with the guard has gone.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah.
And this young man does have a championship under his belt, winning the Brier 2019 with Kevin Cooey.
Good.
Was second that year at the Men's Worlds, played in Lethbridge. And a part of the team that lost that close final last year to Brad Gushu.
It's going to have to curl.
2/3.
It's going to have to curl.
What? 2/3,
Go ahead,
Mike.
Dan. Whoa. Yep, go, Dan. Go. Whoa. Good. Whoa.
Well, Kathy, there you go. First dead rocks in play. And for Purcell, it's game on. Good news is he has the hammer. The bad news is
he's in trouble.
He's in one right now.
3/4. I was a little light, but it definitely is curling a bit.
Now, we've seen Luke Saunders here before at a Brier, coming last year with Matt Manuel out of Nova Scotia. So this is not new as an experience for him. He is a big-time player, and he is going to need to get his team out of trouble.
His third Brier appearance. His mom is Colleen Jones, the coach of this team.
Whoa. Hard, boys. You got to go.
Good throw. You were right.
It's like
Good throw.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, Luke was right on the call. To catch that a little bit thicker, it catches a red thicker, you probably move that second Yellowstone out of the 4-foot, maybe not out of the house, but again, it curls so much, and it's first thing in the morning, and the ice is still settling in. Still learning.
I got a little light. Line's good.
Really good.
Line's good.
Really good, Mike. Just clean.
Line's a little tight.
Wade's
Line's
good.
good.
Wade's good, too.
Line's a little tight. No, line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Probably Dan. Dan.
Stop 4.
Okay, Dan.
Stop button, Mike.
Hold in.
You know, Colton Flash is a player maybe we don't talk about enough, Kathy.
True.
Won with Cooey, skipped himself with these brothers, the twins, the Marsh brothers as well. And he's just a weapon. He's a great player, and maybe we don't talk about him enough.
I completely agree. He was cut by Kevin, and I just think that Colton's position was not second. He was a good second, but he got mad after he got cut, and he started to skip. He was very good as a skip, and joining Mike McEwen's team, he can do it all. He is the Swiss Army knife on this team.
No, I didn't think so. Okay.
So a big shot here. Luke Saunders has to try A, open up the front, and B, maybe clip a few of those yellows in the house.
Yes. Yeah.
Back it up.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Get it.
Come on. Go.
Got them both going. Let's see how lively this house is, and it will
Shot, Luke.
still hang on. But my goodness, Kathy, that looks a lot better.
That is
Front of the house.
a great shot.
It's good.
Back to back by Luke, and this one really opens it up because he loses the guard, gets rid of the one in front, and exposes the one that's behind the tee line.
Get it.
Come on. Go.
Go. Don't stop.
Come on, Owen.
Keep going.
You know what's been awesome so far? I mean, it's early, Kathy, but since Friday night even, you see all these blanks. But it's not because it's not rocks in play. Some of the shot making has been unbelievable so far here in Kelowna.
That was my gut.
I don't love it.
You like that?
No,
I think right here.
I think right here even is okay.
Kind of where it was. So.
Yeah.
All right, you've seen it.
And there's that former skip, right? Come over and help out Mike.
And he won't do it all that often. That was one of the commitments he said to himself when he elected to sweep and not be in the house, that he wasn't going to be in their kitchen all the time, but he'll pick his moments.
Okay, what's the top 12, boys?
Nibble rings.
Okay.
Quick spot
Half
here,
the
Mike.
rings.
High 14s.
So because that stone is behind the tee line, they are guarding, but they're guarding in the house, trying to get full 12 or at least biting the 12 to make the come around on this swingy ice that much more difficult for Nova
I
Scotia.
got hot.
If you're new to curling, that time they talked about high 14s, that's the stopwatch time between the hog lines. So you'd hit your stopwatch at the first hog line when you let it go, and you'd hit your stopwatch again right now.
Just a guard. Clean. Just a guard.
Whoa, whoa.
It's over curling.
I didn't want to give him the double.
That's okay.
Couldn't give him the double.
Should have stayed on.
Sorry,
it,
I heard you guys say top 4, and
I said top 8, but I thought it was further than it was.
Shot.
I know Mike didn't want to give him the double because of the red biter at the top, but boy, I'm right behind there. He can see
Chase it. We should be able to.
not that much to make the double. Really tough. So for Owen, it's playing down to it, tap it back.
Should swoop in there at the end, eh?
Yeah, it'll swoop in.
Yeah, I think we can manage this well.
Yep. I'll throw it nice and positive for
Yeah.
you. As long as we hang on for shot, like we'll have a pretty easy score.
Yeah. Here we go, bud. 12.
Owen Purcell says he's been dreaming of this moment since he was 7 years of age. And I asked him what a successful week for his team would look like. And he said, learning. Ultimately, we're trying to get better.
Nice.
Want to see how we stack up against the top teams. And no better place to learn. You got the best teams. You got the best ice in a big arena. So what an opportunity here.
Come on.
Skip Stone's here at 1. Got to get it by that yellow. He'll clip, and the shooter.
Spin.
It does spin. It'll hang on,
Okay,
but
bud,
that's
that's fine.
third shot Stone. It is McEwen lying the 2 without here in 1.
Yeah, it's all good.
12
Probably. You think it was a little light?
What's that?
You think it was a little light?
I thought it was a little late. Yeah.
Okay.
Or even right here, Mike. It's pretty good.
well, I guess he could fire a triple.
Not if you're that far over, you can't.
Yeah, I kind of like blocking this draw path or hit path.
This is his easiest shot for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking this could get in the way, that's all. Because you can't play a triple if it's there. But I hear you.
So you put
Same spot's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 choices. Here or here.
I guess you could technically.
We know the ice and line better for the wider one.
You could. You like that? I mean, you're giving him a.
I mean, I'm not putting it right here.
Good, but yeah, let's do that.
I don't mind that top 12 right there.
So keep it offset on
Yeah,
this side.
like, all the way over.
So you go there, you put a lot of pressure on Owen, but they've just thrown this shot. And if you go there,
I wanna offset
you're
it this
forcing
side.
Owen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go
yeah.
further out and be very
This will be-
precise, and
I
that's
think
what they've
we just got a
elected to
little tighter
do.
on that one, and it was a little heavier, I think. Because this is more closer to the line I was, right?
Yeah, just full 12.
Okay. You got a little more even flash, so we gotta be careful.
I didn't.
Right here.
It is running, though.
Right here. Line's great. Line's great.
Oh,
Weight's good.
Okay, line's great here.
Weight's good.
You see all those appearances for Mike McEwen. Never has he
Good.
finished below 500.
Clean.
Or full 8.
Clean flash.
Yep.
Clean.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's good.
Nice.
Nice, Mike. Ah, shoot.
And he will lie 3.
Just a hair higher.
1 to come here from Owen Purcell.
It's a long double, at least.
Pretty good though. Yeah.
Well, and he wanted to be just a little bit higher so that a nose hit by Owen, if he makes the double, would not outcount the stone at the back. Just sliding that little bit too far.
So the double there.
Just going to throw peel at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good.
Right in the nose.
Okay. Yeah, bud. You got
You
her.
got her.
But just for the single, if he can stick this. That one yellow one.
That's a long
Back
double
12
to
is
give
out
us
counting
one.
the red. There you see.
You got her
Can I
on.
have it a little more?
TV screen right. That yellow back 12 out counting the one on the left, the red stone. He lost back-to-back Nova Scotia finals. Said it was a huge relief to finally crack through. Getting rid of that self-doubt to qualify for his first ever Brier here in one. Needs to double. Hit it. Perfect. What a shot. Owen Purcell. Welcome to the Brier, young man. Against one of his childhood heroes, Mike McEwen. Nice little start. He's got a single in our feature. It's been a long time for Kelowna. The Brier is back in this wonderful city for the first time since 1968. Alberta won that year. Ron Northcott won the Tankard. At that time, the Memorial Arena. And now here at Prospera Place, opened up back in 1999. Beautiful building right in the heart of downtown Kelowna here, right by the beautiful lake here. Wonderful spot to have a national championship. And a nice shot from Owen Purcell. Made the double to get his single. So here in the second end, it's Mike McEwen out of the Newtown Curling Club in Saskatoon. He's got the hammer throwing the yellow rocks.
Well, Team Nova Scotia will be sighing a collective one of relief after last end. Really had a lot of pressure on them, but for Owen, made a shot that really mattered. And to get out of there with one, you put that behind you and you say, okay, now let's go.
Clean. Wait's good. Let's stop. Let's stop. We're pretty high. That's fine. It's really buried. Got down.
It's the first three-draw day at the Brier. Obviously, all the sheets in action. Sam Moybrook here for the very first time. He was actually coaching Team Ontario at the U18s and traveled here for this one. Northwest Territories, their first game after a bye. Thomas Scoffin and Felix Escalating both looking for their first win this year. Our feature, you know it, right there, Purcell, McEwen. And Rylan Kleider and Tyler Smith over on Sheet D. It's the Jacobs team out of Alberta with the bye on this Sunday morning.
Back four. Yeah. Back four. Yeah. Hard line. Hard. Don't want to. Okay, whoa. You're good. Sit. Good shot. That's fine. Good. Good shot.
A good weight call by Scott and Luke.
And as for the scores in those games, you see the blank on Sheet B. It was Kleider 2-0 over PEI. And a 1-0 advantage for Team Ontario.
It might go here. I don't think so. No, okay. Crossing the line a little, so I think it will.
Yep. Come on. Hard. Whoa.
Kevin Marsh runs it back, and he'll drive it right by. So still 2 shot stones, lying 1 and 2 for Team Nova Scotia.
Oh, wow. Okay. You guys like another guard here? Guard that. Oh, I like it. Yeah. I do, yeah. Halfway. Yeah. Just past
so
half. I'll make sure I give it.
Motion the skipper did Purcell maybe eliminate a corner guard, but what do you like your cap? You like
this one? Yeah. For sure. For a corner guard, you might be able to open up both of them. There. But then Mike plays the double in the middle, and now you're chasing to not give up the deuce. You're lying 2.
Top 12. Okay.
So guarding this, completely support.
Top 12. Try to get like here. Whoa, no. Whoa, I think we just leave it on. We just got to leave it, guys. Alrighty. Okay, Scott. That's as good as we were going to do with that. Okay. 15. Good shot. Regular. I think 7. So big you throw a 7. Same way, yeah.
Nose is good, even just a hair high.
Yeah. 7.
So 7 again that's pretty quick, Kathy. Hog to hog, that'd be like a peel.
It's not quite full peel, but it certainly is. Throw lots of weight. Let's move things around.
Hard. Come on, Flash. Hard. Back it up. Right up. Good.
So, how's this thinking?
You can also just make the double. I like either.
So, Kathy, there was a change on this team. And Luke Saunders, Owen says, really brings the passion and intensity that our team was really lacking. He brings modern Brier experience. So, Ryan was playing third last year, and to bring Luke on, Ryan had to step down, be a lead. and he's reformed how he sweeps. He's become a more effective sweeper. And that little change, bringing this young man, the intensity to this team has been huge, according to Owen.
Well, and for Ryan, huge props to put your ego aside at the door and say, what do we need to do to win? And what am I prepared to do? And Ryan's numbers were huge the first game, so absolutely adapting well to that position.
Good, Luke.
And we saw Luke's fiance Marley compete on Christina Black's team, and there was a lot of inspiration from that run for this team that carries over. As Owen said, they're good friends back home. They got to train together a little bit, and they were really proud of that run from Nova Scotia at the Scotties.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Solid hack.
About a third of this stone open to Colton from the hack.
Really? Curl. No. Curl.
Oh,
board.
Just the weight.
I don't fucking curl.
Jesus.
Okay, bud. All right.
You get that finish as it starts to come off.
Yeah, that's all it is. All right.
And just the difference in weight that Colton threw versus what the broom that was given by Mike. Huge opportunity for Nova Scotia to cap this stone again.
Okay.
Good ad, eh? I tried to add.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
All right, then. Pump it, Scott.
Really gotta go.
Yeah, real hard.
Come on, Scott. Come on, Scott.
Come on, Scott.
Come on, Scott. Come on, Scooter. Keep going.
Hard.
Keep going. Small chance. Go.
Keep going. Gotta go. Never off.
Well, that'll get you going on a Sunday morning. What a brush.
Sweep, Scott.
End to end. Zachary really dug in there for Nova Scotia.
Oh, what a great brush. So important to get that in to outcount the Saskatchewan stone, given that it was curling way past the target.
Probably need board, actually. I think it's the same weight.
Yeah. Yep, same weight then, boss. Pretty good.
Yep. Good. Yep. It's good. Yep. Board. Yep. Little down. Hard. Little down. Hard. Gotta go.
Come on, Kev.
Gotta go.
Come on.
Really gotta go.
Wow. And the audible. A little bit of luck to clip the red out. And I believe that's second shot stone. It's close. Might be shot.
I think it's shot.
Yeah.
Just 10-5.
Oh, great brushing by the Marsh brothers, but with that little bit less weight, it caught that curl.
Yeah. As much as I want to throw board, I think 10-5 is the right weight choice.
Yeah, I like that broom for 10-5 on.
It's a
And
touch
Kathy, I'm
slower.
behind this sheet. You can see quite a bit of that yellow stone, almost edge to edge, so it's pretty accessible.
I think 10-5. Like if you
Let's begin our updates now, Kathy. We'll put you to work here. It's Yukon and Quebec over on Sheet B.
It does appear that it is the Scoffin stone that is shot. And so for Thomas, an opportunity to score 2. A bit of change in his order this year. Kerr Drummond, who played third for the Alberta Championship team from last year, Aaron Sluchinski, is in at third for the Scoffin team.
Line's good. Line's good.
And curling, a family affair for the Scoffins. We saw Bailey at the Scotties. She gets more and more confident with each and every appearance. Our feature, lovely touch from the skip Purcell. Nose hit as Nova Scotia lies 3.
And there's your deuce for Scoffin.
There's the 2 on the update sheet for Yukon. So there you go, 2-0 as one of those teams will pick up their first win here in Kelowna.
You want to be like right down to it, or?
Yep. Yeah, sure do.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
So where did Buddy
Ian turn?
there?
Yeah, I didn't really watch him.
All right, I would say curls a little bit more in here.
I think it's there. Yeah, agreed.
It'll gotta be
The second rock down here. Yeah.
So trying to make use as much as they can to come around and go right down to the stone. It would be shot, is not interested in being in between the two because there's a short run for Owen. So trying to freeze onto that back stone.
Not quite as good as draw the button.
No.
And the reason it's not quite as good is it does take you to a newer path down that center line that there have not been a lot of rocks thrown.
Line's good. I got enough. Tee back 8. Okay, line's good. Easy. Line's good. Weight's good. Good. Weight's good. Weight's good. Looks heavy. Weight's good. Hair hot. It's close. It's really close. Any curl or no? It's a hair hot. Sit.
And has to sit in time for shot stone. It
shot.
will.
It's good.
Well, just didn't finish on top as they hoped. Chance for Owen to tap it back. And when your team comes in with hammer and you're playing one of your idols, it gets really nervous in the first end. And for Owen, nothing going his way until Mike slides just that little bit deep and gave him an get out of jail free card, takes full advantage, makes the double, sticks the shooter, and scores his single.
The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. And Kathy, a nice weight choice too. Sometimes, you know, you want to whip it and had the broom down, right spot, nice weight, and a nice double.
Yep. You got her.
Nice and positive for you.
Yeah. Weight's close. Like to go here. Like to go.
Line's good.
Line's good.
T.
Line's good.
T.
Whoa.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Right to it. Right to it. Line only.
Back 4.
Right to it.
14-4. It's nice. It's nice. Shot. Never shot. Right here.
Trying to lock it on here
Yep. Two.
and apply the force.
Okay.
Good.
Good shot.
Good.
And does Mike
that
have
came down the
anything here for
Came to
two?
a stop.
He
Good
can.
though.
Yeah, it's good.
Good shot, bud.
It's really tough, but he can. And not worth the risk.
It'll be a little bit straighter this time. It's good.
So, Kathy, one of the rare teams, obviously had the success, you made a final last year at the Brier, that have stuck together. This
Yes.
team, Saskatchewan and McEwen. How have you seen their dynamic and coming into this year's Brier with their season?
Well, there's just comfort. All these 4 players know what it's like to be at this event together. They know what it's like to be the second weekend together. They would have been working hard all year to figure out what do we need to do in the final weekend, in that final game, to notch it up just that little bit more to be able to win. And there's just comfort for all of the players in this kind of event, which is really difficult to get without the experience of being in a final weekend.
Experience on their bench as well, and Pat Simmons and Brett Langer here. Mike McEwen, though, needs a good one here. Final stone in 2. Trying to drive for his single, and this one's really starting to curl. Want to hold the line, make sure they're shot stone.
Nice shot.
And he will.
Nice shot, Mike.
So we trade singles early on in our feature. Glad you're with us in Kelowna for the Montana's Brier. Welcome back to our Brier coverage, our feature game. It is Mike McEwen, Team Saskatchewan, taking on Owen Purcell out of Halifax. And Kathy, if there's any nerves, you know, Owen admitted last night, taking on Mike McEwen, feature game, the camera's on, it might be a little bit, you know, lots to handle, a little nerve-wracking. I'm not seeing a lot right now from this team
Top 8.
Line's good.
out of Halifax.
Top 4.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Room.
Top 4.
Room.
Room a bit.
Top 8.
They got a curl.
Just in the 4.
Got a curl.
Curl.
Both teams doing really good to
Gotta
push their opponent.
Yep.
Curl.
You can go.
Yep.
Curl.
Beauty.
We talked about Owen and how comfortable he seems to be out here. It is his first Brier. We talk about that, but he is not a stranger to success. And although most of it is in juniors, won a U18, World Junior qualified, and then at the juniors he medaled, and that is really big at a really young age. A couple of U sports. We always talk about how that is the growth. And again, World University qualified and got a bronze medal. So stranger to the Brier, maybe. Not stranger to high-pressure situations representing your province or your country.
And he knew that TSN moved over mid-game to his sheet, and he knew he was part of the feature, so he was aware of that. And he said he played Brad Jacobs at the points bet in Calgary as well, so kind of got used to the bright lights a little bit. All that experience
curled a bit, but
helping out here.
It looked
now
like
at the
it
Brier.
wanted to curl, but it kind of held its line.
9-5.
Okay.
Nine. Close. Yeah, a little big. 9-2. Close.
Whoa. Close. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Hard, Luke.
Hard.
Hard.
To it.
Zachary just kisses the red. Yes, right on the Montana's button, and they'll lie too.
Good sweep, Luke.
Just a hair slower. On
Yeah, it did.
I think just back 4.
And a nice steal of 3 for Ontario and a 4-0 advantage there. Yukon up 2-0 on Felix Escalating in Quebec. And Ryland Kleider 2-1 over Prince Edward Island as Tyler Smith is back.
It is, yes. It comes down to the end. Stay close.
Yeah.
What is so great so far, what we have seen, is the shot making is superb on all the sheets that we've been watching, and it is because of the ice. The finish, the consistency, it definitely does get frosty at night and sometimes even in the afternoon games.
Keep going, he's got a good one. Keep going.
But the curl stays all the time.
Yeah, definitely a little stickier in there. You can just tell when you're inside the edge of the
You know, we often talk about at events, you know, texturing the stones maybe a few days in, but my goodness, with this kind of curl, it's been a pleasure to watch, and I'm sure the athletes are liking it as well.
It allows precision shots, and it also penalizes people that don't throw hack if you're asked for hack. And I think that at this level, that's what players want. They want good shots to have to matter.
Good.
Just super in out.
Yeah, well, yeah, it looked like he rotated it.
He's just sliding a little bit tight to me.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Just didn't want to go too hard for that.
Hey, we got to try to do the same as Kevin, basically.
Or do you just run it now?
You can't make it with the out, though.
Yeah, you have to do until the end.
Is
it too late for that? Or?
Yeah, or you just freeze it, one of the two. Or the freeze. The in is,
I
think the in is a good result with T. Yeah, I like it. Should curl.
Like it will curl in there.
Oh, yeah. T-line, yeah.
Okay, so same as Kev's flash, do you think?
Yeah, tighter passing a little slower.
Yeah.
So no panic yet.
No one's really played out here.
He could play the run, but if you don't make it perfectly, you're in trouble. And for Mike McEwen and his team, without last rock, would really like to force. That is the biggest difference between, when you look at analytics between the men and the women. The women, we always talked about the efficiency with last rock. The ability to score 2 or more. Still very important in men, but in men, the force efficiency is such a big story. The ability to force your opponent to give up or to take one rather when they have hammer, and that's why we're seeing more precision shots instead of the blast.
Yeah, I was just head down going, so I thought we.
Right here.
We wanted this.
Okay.
I like that call.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's ice. So I'm looking for basically like a high 14. Like
top 8.
I think if you guys have a solid 15, you're going top 8.
Yep. Solid 15.
Like a 15 on
415.
On the dot.
415.
Not long.
Oh, yeah. 14.
Kathy, update time. Let's go back to Yukon and Quebec over on Sheet B.
Well, an opportunity here for Quebec to take a 2 right back. And we talked about 2006 Brier winner Jean-Michel Menard, who is now calling the game, but Felix Escalating is still throwing last rock.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Took a lot of ice, playing very quiet weight.
Okay, we're good. Hey,
Martin Kret, familiar face on the brush, right on the nose, and there's 2. And a 2-2 tie for Felix Escalating. And in our feature, little kiss on that yellow stone. It is still Nova Scotia lying the 2.
No, on the yellow.
Hi. Scary yellow.
Here, Logan,
Pop through
because
there.
I wonder if you hit this hard enough, you get them all.
Yeah, I get them all.
I'm just scared a yellow pop through is the only thing.
Well, but that one dead nuts, doesn't it?
Don't know that this one goes.
Do we have to get all the reds on?
So you hit this hard on the nose. This goes on to this, which scatters that and that. And because this stone is going through the middle, this may push that out.
Yeah.
Okay, leave that for Mike, yeah.
This is a tiny low with 7? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the play.
Well, it's your chance to move some of those stones because right now, Nova Scotia is in very good shape.
Oh, yep. Hard!
Hard, gotta go, Kev. Come on.
Gotta go!
Come on.
Hard!
Come on.
Hard!
Nice shot. Oh, so good.
And the yellows are piling up now. The lonely red for Nova Scotia is shot stone. And Purcell does have hammer here in 3.
So they went the other way because Colton was afraid that the yellow would go straight through the middle and only catch one.
He was going to feather and wouldn't have been that good.
Was that good?
That red in there is nice.
What's that?
Keeping the red in there for now is nice.
Yeah, red's fine.
The middle yellow is not going anywhere if I make that.
It's just we need to get rid of this so that I have this.
Okay.
Like.
And 4-0 as Moybrook in his first ever Scotties taking on the Northwest Territories and Bartling with his final stone.
Well, lots of pressure on the team from the north, facing at least 4, needs to get to the lid.
Aaron Bartling and his team out of the Hay River Curling Club in the Northwest Territories. Got to hold the line, tap it enough for shot stone, and
I don't think so.
Yeah, steal a
but
one.
Just the one. Good effort.
So 4 stolen points now. As the team out of Ontario, out of the Whitby Curling Club, Sam Moybrook here for the very first time.
And he is for real.
Yep. We got plenty of work to do.
Really got to go. Sit. Good.
And that'll shake things up. And the 2 shot stones belong to Saskatchewan.
Good shot. Yeah. You hit like 3/4. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit a lot of this.
Other shot would be to like tap this to the button.
I don't think we need to do that.
Oh, yep. Well, he could. Okay, he'd still make that.
I know. Make it then.
I know. I think you got to hit and roll.
Kind of have to hit.
I agree.
Where do you want to roll to, Mike?
I think you roll right to the button.
I mean,
I think you roll right to the button.
Yeah.
I guess I could make that right now. And then he
so-
comes off that, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'd hate to roll right here, and then he nuts it here.
Is it better to
Yes,
like a little roll?
yes, it is. Right to there.
You don't roll the button, you mix it up off the other one. I don't like that.
Yeah. Control?
Even nose is pretty good.
I don't think you have to roll a whole lot. You can see enough of the yellow stone behind the guard to make the double. And so for Mike, getting another stone in there and removing a red, but if you roll behind,
He's got to roll at 1 rock.
you give your opponent a chance to slash their own sideways. So to stick out there, even a little bit of a roll in is the play. Trying to lie 3.
Weight's good. Yep.
Whoa.
Clean. Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Curl.
Roll it at rock.
It's good.
Nice shot. Good shot, isn't it?
It's good.
It's good. Atta boy, Mike. Nice, Mike. That's good.
11-5. I kind of want to throw the in turn. Let's go with that. About thick half, 2/3.
Like that 11, Owen, like 11-2.
Hit and roll underneath.
Okay.
And the reason he's playing this shot is if you hit the one on the
10-5,
left and roll underneath, you can see enough of the Yellowstone biting the center line for Mike to be able to run his own straight back or tap it back. This one, if you hit and roll 3/4 underneath, it becomes a lot more difficult.
It takes its time.
Yeah, 11-5. That looks real good.
There's been a lot of rocks down here.
Yeah, you got her, bud. Weight's good. 11-5.
Whoa.
11-5.
Yep.
Yep.
11-5.
Yes. Whoa. Yes.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Curl.
Close.
Curl.
Hard shot. Get ready. Get ready. Go, Scott. Go.
Oh, and Purcell, little flip inside, and it's enough for Shotstone.
Sorry, I called it way too safe.
That's all right. Great throw, bud.
Nice try.
You would have been better off just rolling out.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing that.
Great throw.
I really wanted to bust.
Yeah.
Is this just the hit and stick here, Kathy? Does he care about the double?
No, he'd really like to just stick right there, and that's why you heard one of the players, I'm not sure if it was Scott, who said to me would have been better to roll out. And the reason they say that is if you roll out, Mike's got to either tap or do something. If he sticks right there, really difficult to score for Nova Scotia.
Weight's good.
Solid,
Yep. Solid board. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. You really gotta go.
They got to go because there's that yellow guard coming up quickly, and they're by it okay.
Oh, you're good.
And for now, it is 3
Fine. No one's
for
seen that wide
McEwen.
in-turn draw yet.
And how do you get in there for your single?
Actually, maybe punch it more. Might be better.
Looking at the triple.
I wonder if I can ever get that going.
The double's there for sure. But you slash it sideways.
Pretty close to airballing, though, too.
Yeah, it is, yeah. What's the other option?
So he's talking about playing down there, that double,
like
and will this stone go enough? I don't know, and you have to hit it so thin that he talks about airballing. You hit it so thin, you might just go through here and move these notionally.
5, and it's about 1/3 of this on the inside.
Okay.
You could also in-turn draw.
You could, yeah. But I think, yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And that was Owen. I think he wanted to play this shot.
He does.
And
you like this?
Here you go. Little hit and roll to get your one.
In-turn draw.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
I don't think the triple isn't there.
Okay.
Where are you hitting this to get past the top 4-1?
We're not getting past it. We're making it off of it. Like we have to hit like
tick through.
Tick through, but we're hitting like 1/3 of the one on the right.
Yeah, okay, great.
I like it.
You got it, bud.
10-5.
10-5, looks good.
I agree. The ice conditions are really good. There's no frost this morning, but to make the triple, you'd have to throw it so hard, and I don't even know if the third stone goes out because it's right beside the other one.
11.
Right now, Mike McEwen lying the 3. Final stone here in 3. Oh, no. Oh, man. And that the worst case scenario. And a steal of 3 for Mike McEwen. I don't know if you could do that again if you tried. Through the port, steal of 3, and a tough one for Owen Purcell. Flashback time, 2004. The Brier was in Saskatoon and the final. Nova Scotia, skipped by Mark Dacey, facing Alberta's Randy Furby in the 10th. Alberta leading 9-7, but without hammer. Dave Netawin, the freeze attempt. Oh, and he knew it. It bounces off. So with the final rock, Dacey needs 4 foot. A chance for the win. A chance for 3. A great brush, and what a comeback. Andrew Gibson, Rob Harris, Bruce Lonis, and Mark Dacey, your Brier champions in 2004. I was in the building, Kathy.
Unbelievable.
I was a reporter for CTV Edmonton. That was unreal. And that young man, Owen Purcell, I asked him, do you remember that? He said he was pretty young. He didn't watch it live, but he said it was one of the coolest moments in Nova Scotia history. And then later on, Owen was coached by Bruce and Mark, and in practice, they liked Owen to try sink a wide stagger draw because the stagger's in the 4-foot. He'd actually practice that draw. And pretty cool. But 3 all-time for Nova Scotia. And they were spread out, Kathy. 1927, Murray McNeil, the first ever Brier, by the way. 1951, Don Euler. And that one in 2004, the comeback for Mark Dacey. So a tough one. You got to park that. The miss in that third end. Right through that little pour to steal a 3 for McEwen. So here in 4, Nova Scotia does have the hammer.
Okay. Well, just so unfortunate last end for Owen. He catches it a little bit thicker or thinner. And for Luke, you're trying to make the call to make sure that you catch something. And just did not work. And again, just another example in that last shot, trying to move another Saskatchewan stone, and it just went through a hole that, as you had said last, Dan, Brian, really hard to do if you tried. But for Saskatchewan, this is such a good hitting team. They will just switch into their comfort mode.
It's going to be a little spicy, but it held. They would have had to track, though.
And in a 2-2 tie, we go have a peek in on Quebec again, and it looks like it is a draw against the 1.
Well, happiness for Quebec. They've obviously forced their opponent. That stone that was buried belongs to Quebec. No way for Thomas to get it out, and so this is the draw, looking for a bite of the 4-foot for the single.
Thomas Scott and his team out of the White Horse Curling Club up in Yukon in a 2-2 tie.
Line's good. Weight's good, yep.
Would love some of that 4-foot, and it will hang on back 4 for a single. So 3-2, Yukon leads over Quebec.
Okay, good force, good force.
Yep, gotta go, you gotta go.
Clean!
Clean.
Clean!
Good throw. Shot.
It's made more work for you.
Thinking.
Right here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about using cards in the house, Kathy.
14,
why not give it a
14.
rip here as Luke Saunders will settle in?
Well, you're on third stones. You have nothing to work with up front. So what do? You try to use the stones that are in the house. And because there's a bit of a stagger with the red being a little further left than the yellow, Luke's going to try to loop around both of those and get to the back of the house to have another stone in play.
Little light.
Kathy, Luke, a heck of a tennis player who played Division I tennis, NCAA in Tennessee.
Line's really good.
It's impressive.
Hard easy, gotta go tight. It's tight. Hard easy.
Line's really good. It's all weight.
Weight's good.
Gotta go. Still right.
And he can also curl.
Keep going,
And what a shot using those guards in the house, and he settles in back 4.
And great brushing. They put their head down and started to shovel almost from word go.
That really hooked in there. Yeah.
Finish is so nice.
Great shot.
Well, you still got to deal with shot rock at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Without getting rid of his, which is hard. Yeah. So
Hey, just rip this.
Yeah.
Another update as it's Saskatchewan taking on PEI, the Battle of the Green. And One stone to come here from Rylan Kleider out of the Nutana in Saskatoon.
Well, it was a great generation of junior curlers. Owen from Arsheek played in the same Canadians as Rylan and Tyler Smith. All of these players very comfortable playing against each other, but pressure here on Rylan. He's facing two. He is elected to draw rather than play a hit, and so he will need full 8 to score.
Good. Should split center.
And another multi-sport athlete
Should just
as
cross
Kleider, University of Regina, receiver / kicker.
Good, right.
And he's got the
drawer.
Yeah, he could draw too, Kathy, you bet.
One red.
Top button.
Good judge. Pretty good ad.
Caitlin Schneider also was a football player, curler.
Yes.
Familiar name to the Brier.
Top 4.
All there.
Top 4. Room, guys.
Okay, line's good.
Room.
Might not slide as well.
Room.
Got a curl.
We're already there. Already there.
Nice shot, nice. Okay, line's good.
Distance to.
Gotta go.
Go.
Keep going. Good shot.
Nice shot.
That's good.
Wanted to really have that curl over so that it wasn't an automatic red, yellow, red.
Sorry if I confused you on the.
No, it's all good.
It was just to know, like, what you needed, but.
I wasn't listening to you anyways.
Yeah.
That's our line, Kathy.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Just squared it up a hair more. I mean, I don't love this, but.
You just try to hit
Great
this as
brush.
thin as possible, right? Try to hit it into here.
So you try to hit it. It's
like a thick half to me.
Yeah.
thin off the yellow stone
not
on the
it, but that's
right
okay.
to
Not it's
redirect
okay.
it onto the red at the back.
Have a lot of
Even
spin.
if
It's gonna have a lot of spin, so
thick half.
thinner the better on our right, our left one.
Yeah.
Yeah, on this one, yeah.
Yeah, even half's okay.
So try to go through the
I don't think there's a hole
hole,
there, is
but
there?
catch
There might be.
just enough of
Which is
the
okay.
yellow stone on the right to redirect it onto the red stone at the back and make them both go away.
I don't think he can get both of them.
Well,
He
that
doesn't
is
throw
his
enough
plan,
weight.
Owen.
He doesn't throw enough weight.
See who's right.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike McEwen here in 4.
Yep.
Oh, and he did it.
Great shot.
You bet he did it. Great double. Mike McEwen gets them both.
What a great line call. And what a great throw by Mike. That up weight is just his thing. But to call that for Kevin, to hit it so thin to redirect, what a great team shot.
So, Kathy, interesting story. As you see his fist bump Mike McEwen, obviously from Winnipeg, competing for Saskatchewan. He's a toe tucker. Owen Purcell is from Nova Scotia, obviously Halifax, and he's a toe tucker. And I asked him, well, how does this come to be? And he said his favorite player growing up, Jeff Stoughton. He said the toe tucker from Manitoba, Stoughton, he thought he had the pinnacle of mechanics. He watched Jeff growing up, and that's why he slides like that.
Same kind of brush, holds his brush in the same position. You could also compare him to Mike if you're a tuck. Very similar.
Shot.
And to add to that, when he played in PEI in a Tier 2 slam, he had a chance to meet Jeff Stoughton. They chatted a lot. And sometimes maybe you don't want to meet your heroes. He said it was pretty awesome. And as we know, Jeff is a great champion, great guy, and pretty cool story. So you got a tuck slider from Nova Scotia.
Just curling a little more today.
Yeah, I know. A little.
Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Easy.
Yep.
Yep. Kept saying yep. Clean. Yep. Clean.
Shot.
Yeah.
So forcing the blank. So we talked about the deliveries. Well, there's a pair of tucks. So I would say Mike's is a little closer to Jeff's, where he's more square than Owen. And Owen's foot goes up at the end, and Jeff's never did, and neither does Mike's. But there is Manitoba tuck, wherever you're from.
A little light. Hard. Back it up.
Milestone in 4, looking for the blank.
Hard,
Owen Purcell.
anything. Go, AT, go. Hard.
And can't spill it, so it'll be a single. And Saskatchewan leads by 2. Mike McEwen has hammer when we return to the Brier here in Kelowna. Lead stones from Team Nova Scotia from Ryan Abraham. A little bit of a switch on this team. We talked about Ryan playing third, now the lead. It was Adam McEwen had to step away. He went for school. And so this team, one of their big goals, Kathy, you know where the trials are. They're going to be in Halifax, and this team definitely, when they formed and they got together, and of course Luke coming up to the vice skip position, that was the focus. They would love to try and qualify for the trials in Halifax.
We're to it.
Well, the trials and the pre-trials are both in Nova Scotia, so when you have an opportunity to play at home in front of your fans, that is a very special opportunity.
Good.
As Mike McEwen found out last year.
Nice spot. All right. Good. A little more soft.
Well, you can't ask a whole lot more from your player.
Well, you could throw a hit, I guess. That's it, though. That's all.
Even if it's only your stones in the house.
As we see Scott Zachary deliver the second stones, Owen was saying after their win yesterday, they went to the patch, which is obviously tradition. You got to go to the Brier patch, your first ever Brier. And he said, we were just kind of chatting and looking around, and Owen said, I can't believe all these people are here for curling, and I can't believe they're here to watch us, and we're in it. It was just kind of one of those
pretty special moments,
right, where you're looking around going, hey, I'm actually competing in this thing.
Well, for Nova Scotia, they have some work to do, but those stones in the house, even though they belonged to Mike McEwen, are something that Nova Scotia can work with. So we're trying to get shot, but it's still in a really good spot. But for Mike, we'll now try to remove both of those guards, which again is so critical that your guards are separated, touching the center line, and lined up, because with this angle, the double is easier.
That is skinny half. Okay.
Or that.
Okay.
That looks good too. You guys like one more guard and then go in on yours? I like this.
Sounds like it's okay to go in.
It's okay to go in, but I think that for Luke, I don't disagree. You can throw another guard. There's lots of rocks in play. And also need to appreciate who you're playing against and what their upweight ability is.
The less.
Hey, hair less. Wait,
so another guard can just delay it a little bit, but they've chosen to go in, which is not wrong.
Yeah, one full eight.
Great.
Play the weight. One full eight. Line's really good.
Line's perfect.
Line's perfect.
Gotta go.
Okay, line's good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Stop me.
Whoa, gotta curl a bit. Gotta curl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sit.
Good.
Good, Scooter.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Good sweep.
Really good.
Yeah. You see all that? Yeah. You crush it on the nose.
Can you get low with Peel? Probably not.
Still not bad though.
Pretty good. I mean, this is
Fired
good
at
too. This is good too.
Even if you do this.
I don't like the guards. Well, that's what I was thinking. You're trying to fly this into this side, kill both of these. Kill this one and that one.
Well, that's the best shot.
It's by far the best.
It's that or you do this.
I don't mind hitting that one though.
Run the nose?
Yeah.
Shade high's okay?
Yeah.
Are we throwing this hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this was the risk of not throwing another guard. You give your opponent a chance to really rattle those stones around with lots of rocks still to come.
And as they talk things over, broom down by McEwen. Update time, Yukon, Quebec.
Well, it looks like Felix is trying to navigate that port. That red stone that is shot belongs to Thomas Scoffin. Just hit and rolled on his final. It is shot.
Good run back in our feature from Kevin Marsh to the update sheet, Felix Escalating. And there's not a lot of room there, Kathy. I'm right behind that sheet. And he'll crash. And it'll be a steal. So 4-2, Scoffin leads through 5.
It has not been an easy run so far for Quebec, but also Thomas Scoffin, that great hit and roll, forced you to make a really good shot. And those ports are very small when ice curls as much as it does here.
T. Line's good, guys.
Whoa. T-line. Gotta go a bit.
Okay,
no, weight's good.
T-line. Room.
Weight's good.
T-line. Always curl.
Please.
Curl.
No, line's good. Curl.
T.
It's always nice. High schooner.
Whoa.
Trying to lock it right on for shot stone, and
Real
he
good.
will. You saw the numbers, 100% so far for Luke Saunders, having a nice morning here in Kelowna.
He's a really good player. You talked about his athleticism. Just got a really good head for the game.
What if we just fire that?
That's genetic.
Hacker on the nose.
Yeah, watching Mom dominate for all those years, Kathy, that was your era. You see Colleen Jones to your left behind the scoreboard.
Very special player.
Whoa. Hair down or anything. Yep. Hard.
Hair down.
Hard.
Easy hack.
Gotta go. Hard. Hard.
Here comes that red guard, and they'll skimmy it. And touch the red stone. Back forward is still shot rock. Nova Scotia without here at 5.
It's a little better.
Feather fix.
Oh, great brushing. Not for a lack of effort.
All right. 1.5.
430, right, guys?
Yep. Yeah, you got her.
Yeah.
Looking for a long guard.
My gut's saying a little less, just so they can work it. Yeah. You guys like that?
Yeah,
And you want to be long enough that Mike is not going to be tempted to run it back.
Okay, weight's good.
Feels like.
High.
Room.
Okay,
High
gotta
guard.
curl.
Just over.
Line's
Well,
good.
line's good.
Just over.
Line's good. You gotta switch around, Ames. Maybe.
Line's good.
Not sliding okay.
Whoa.
Line's fine.
Just above half. Halfway.
Line's good.
On
halfway.
its own.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta leave it. Gotta leave it.
Stay
That's
close.
good. It's perfect. Shot.
Okay.
Good boy.
Line's good.
Nice good shot, bud.
You just double these.
How much?
Half?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Straight. We'll run through for you.
Trying to open up the front.
Yep.
Gotta go. Really gotta go.
Whoa. Yep.
Colton Flash.
Yep.
Gets the one red to go.
Quite thin. You got that really thin.
Wait, bud.
It's all right. Like there.
Perfect. Yeah.
Like that's our spot.
Okay,
Kind
one
of
more.
just like straight guarding our red.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight.
That definitely won't undercurl.
And what do we got here? 1, 2, 3 in the house for Saskatchewan and Kleider. So looks to be a tough draw coming up. But what he needs, Tyler Smith, is full 8 for a single.
And that final stone by Ryland Kleider just biting the top of the 8-foot. Wanted to make sure to protect shot stone. So it forces Tyler a little bit out in the wings. Looking for 8-foot.
Sweep for T.
And a familiar face coaching this team, PEI, Paul Fleming. We've seen
Sweep for
compete in a
T.
number of Briers.
Should be real close, but split it.
Oh, very nice weight by Tyler.
Yep.
2 great junior players now head-to-head at the Brier on the Big Show. And a 3-2 lead for Saskatchewan.
You can never escape those people that gave you trouble at any level. They just keep moving up with you.
Or then you broadcast with them, Ken.
Exactly.
Getting better. To your broom. And it's never curl, it's always straight.
Just above your broom.
Worth mentioning too off that update that was the Saskatchewan team that qualified, winning the province, and Mike McEwen out of Saskatchewan because of the point system,
right,
allowing a lot of the top teams to be here at the Brier every year.
Man, 16-1 sliding.
Yeah. No double peel.
Hard to get shot. Oh, you don't.
Yeah. It's definitely there.
Then, well, I'm gonna have to play the run on my last. But if I ever chop, let's steal it too.
Right.
So I don't think we can play that.
Thanks.
Nice, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that slid that far.
No, he's not, right?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Straight high?
Yeah. I think just smooth peel.
Yeah.
So there is no double peel. If you hit it in the crotch, both red go, but you leave your shooter there. And Mike talked about coming around and corner freezing perhaps, but if he ever bounces off and Owen plays the tap, there's no way to get to it. So he's playing the run back, trying to move things around on his first.
It's almost a nose.
Millimeter.
Made a great one in 4. Little different scenario and shot here in 5 for Mike McEwen, but he's so good with these upweight shots.
So almost nose. Want to hit it just a wee bit left of the broom.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Wow. Big numbers.
Whoa. Side of me. Hold off. Yep, hold off. Yep.
What? That was the audible.
Yep.
Knowing that it wasn't going to curl.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
But then, if I ever do that, he just nails this.
Yeah,
That's no good.
He's got more room.
All right,
Okay.
it's the same. It's
Yeah,
the same
shot. You want it a little wider?
Yeah, a little wider.
Okay. The marks where you had.
Yeah.
A little higher on this one.
Ask Owen.
Yeah, a
Just
little
make
higher.
the run harder.
So a full 2.
Well, if you come around, you set up the potential for the run back of Mike on the Yellowstone in the 8 foot.
Just above half, right?
And so for Owen would like to just replicate what he did on his first throw, a guard, and see what Mike will do.
I really want to make sure I cover some of that yellow, though.
Yeah, for sure. Really, is there? Wow, actually, there's a spot.
Nice.
Line's great.
Big rotation.
Similar.
Line's great.
Stay close.
Weight's good.
A little higher.
Good. Straight
great.
always.
A little higher.
Straight
Kathy,
always.
more rotations, will it curl more on arena
game.
ice?
No, it will curl less.
Less?
It will spin across, so it gives it a chance to run for the brushers before it makes its move.
Whoa.
Good.
Nice shot.
Attaboy. Really good.
No, we left it.
What's that?
We left it.
I can make that for sure.
Sure.
Hack weed, I can dose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be maybe you need board even.
I could almost overcurl a half.
You might need board.
And there's
to
the
make
port
it.
right there
is.
they're looking at.
Tight to that one, you'd be missing the shot. Wow.
I probably would.
Right, you gotta be.
I still think it's a. It's
Do
just.
you need a little more than hack?
Not really. No? This only has to move like this.
Oh, I'm just thinking about the curl.
Oh, you're saying the shape coming in.
Yeah. Like if it gets really tight to this one.
Looks like board.
Am I gonna
Is it gonna
overcurl?
overcurl?
Yeah.
Believes that they can get through this hole with hack weight
What do you think?
to here
No, I agree. It's got to be a shape strong. I see what you're saying.
and just tap it back an inch.
I saw yours.
With this
kinda
curl,
move there
Kathy,
before.
is it there?
It is. It is, but it's really tough. He has to come, he being Mike, has to come so close
Yeah, it's gotta
to the
be
tight red guard. That long guard is not in his vision for playing this shot.
Heavy hack maybe.
Remember last night, Gushu had a chance to draw, had to come through,
I agree.
and he almost
Almost.
made it.
Almost.
It just speaks to the ice, right? The finish and the curl. This is really tough.
Well, and Kevin Cooey also tried to play through 2 rocks that didn't look like they were there, but because of the curl, all sorts of things are possible. In a curling club, you have no shot.
Right now, it is a stolen point, that one red on the Montana's button. In a 4-2 game, final stone here in 5. Mike McEwen.
Weight's good. Little light. Little light.
Has to navigate that board. And this red guard is coming up real quick. And they'll be all over it. That was a tough shot to attempt.
It's quite light.
And a good end for Nova Scotia. Steal of 1 in our feature game. Glad you're with us here in Kelowna. It's the Montana's Brier, and it's right here all week on TSN. Already feels like spring here in the Okanagan Valley in the southern interior of BC. Third largest metropolitan area, British Columbia. You got Vancouver, you got Victoria, and then you got us. Wow, beautiful look here in Kelowna. In our feature games, Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. As Mike McEwen does lead, but a nice steal by Purcell to keep it close here after 5.
Well, in the third end, Owen Purcell was trying to get a little bit to the inside. He wound up going through a hole that marginally was not even there. That was a really tough break. Mike McEwen, a highlight reel shot in fourth, the tick double. That's given him the edge. Yes, he gave up his steal, but still is in control. We talked about the key matchup at thirds. Luke Saunders playing so very well. That's why they're so close.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. The great Colleen Jones coaching this team. Final 5 to come next.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
John's had a great year this year, and the addition of the Horgan guys on his team, I think, has given him some new life, some new energy, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on them, and they've been playing tough, they've been playing well, and certainly expect them to be around at the end of the week.
He's one of the best ever to play our game, and especially when it gets to a Brier. I think there's something that the Brier brings out in him and his team, and it's going to be extremely difficult, but we're up for the challenge.
My goodness, Kathy, each and every game. Just can't wait to watch it. Must-see TV, and that's our next game.
So good.
Not tomorrow. That's actually coming up this afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Excited for that one. Brad Gushue chasing down his 7th title all-time. John Epping plays such great curling. He's always a threat. 2-0, wearing that Northern Ontario jacket. So exciting for that one. Vic Rauter, Russ Howard's here, Joanne Courtney, Kathy Gauthier, the entire team excited to be here in Kelowna as we bring you this year's Montana's Brier. So many great matchups right across the board. And our feature through 5, it's a 4-3 advantage here for Mike McEwen. A steal of 1 from Owen Purcell. So here in 6, once again, it is McEwen with hammer throwing the yellow rocks.
And I think that the discussions would have been very different on the benches. For Purcell team, you saw Colleen Jones talking to them. It would have been about patience and tactics and fighting their way back. And I'll bet it was very pragmatic for Saskatchewan. This is what the ice is doing. 16. One up with for Mike McEwen and his team is still very much control. And so just talking about paths, rock position, those sorts of things.
Hey, not huge.
Line's good.
Line's good. Go.
Ryan's in.
Yeah, you can go, Ryan.
Ryan's rock.
Weight's good. Top 8.
Line's good.
Top 8.
Line's good.
Play the weight, guys. Line's great.
Still always Ryan.
Top 8.
Line's great. Play the weight.
Okay, full 4.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa. Whoa.
Peek the other side.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Good shot.
You got it.
Well, your team is more than just the 4 players on the ice. And when you've got that kind of bench strength with Brier champions and world medalists on the bench and Olympians, there's no question that when I talked about Mike McEwen's team would have been talking about charting rocks and paths, who better than Pat Simmons and Brent Lang?
Whoa. Shot.
And sometimes too, Kathy, you know, and we don't see it, but it's off the camera and after a game, maybe you're sitting around and you're chatting or having a debrief and just being able to lean on guys that have been through every single emotion, winning, losing the biggest of games in those two guys.
And I think that sometimes when you look at coaches, I look at people that, you know, who you are bringing. Are they great technical? What do they bring to your team? But to me, nothing is better than someone who has been in the moment, understands the emotion that you feel, whether you're winning or losing, because they've been there. How do you tell somebody what they're going to feel like and what they're going to experience if you've not walked in their shoes?
Okay. I think that's fine.
Sliver low.
And lots of shoes that they have walked in. Pat Simmons, one of my favorite stories from the Brier, where they changed the order in the middle of the Brier. It wasn't working. And that famous last shot, Pat throwing the broom up in the air. What a great victory that was. Great Brier moments.
That was right when they changed the format for the men for the Team Canada as well. I think that was in Calgary.
Yes. Again, I know it. Sure.
Yeah, 7 around the nose.
You saw that already.
And the nose is good.
Hair low is not terrible.
Okay. 7.
So can get right to the nose, which is what he would need to do to make both of them go away. Stick around to set up their deuce.
Come on. Shot, pretty good.
And bang, bang, Kevin makes them both disappear.
Well done.
4-2, Yukon leads Quebec, and an update here in 6.
I believe what Felix is playing is the run back onto the nose of his stone to make the double on the Reds. If he does, it could be for 3.
It's been a tough start for this Quebec team. Great to see Jean-Michel Minard back, Martin Crête, Jean-François Trepanier. Familiar names out of La Belle Province. Getting run it back. Felix Asselan. Bang, Reds. Got them both moving. And a great shot for the young skip.
Beauty.
Sometimes it takes a shot to get your confidence going at the Brier, and maybe that's the one right there as they lead by 1.
Good sweep, guys.
All right, just nail the weight here, and it should just run and curl late. Hack, I heard? Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Colton can see a good half plus, and the guard is long. So the biggest thing is the weight, and you heard that bit of a technical cue from his brushers, reminding him of the weight.
Solid hack. Forward. Curl. Good.
Not a bad spot.
Yeah. All right. Solid hack by the end. Yeah.
Good throw by Colton. When he got caught earlier in the game, it wasn't the technical throwing. It was just throwing that little bit extra weight.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay.
So, Kathy, if you're Colleen Jones, what are you telling this Nova Scotia team at the break?
Well, I would have been just talking about how well they have come back, that 3 was in the past, and that it's going to take a lot of risk. They're going to have to put rocks in play, and they're going to have to try to use whatever stones the McEwen team throws as potential guards. But now that they're within 1, don't risk so hard that you lose the game early.
Nice.
Okay, good try. Yeah, good shot.
I was not really worried about the double. I was just trying to get underneath.
Oh, yeah. A little less weight. Regular hack?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little less.
Hit it a little bit. No,
it's okay.
Whoa, then.
Still?
Firm, probably.
Firm hack still. Whoa. Curl. Go heavy. Curl.
And let's peek over now in Sheet D, Saskatchewan PEI.
Well, it's a soft weight shot for Ryland. You can see the 2 yellow belonging to Tyler Smith are 1 and 2. But if Ryland can get to the nose, and with that broom, it looks like a quiet weight. Tyler Smith putting lots of pressure on this Saskatchewan championship team.
Little more room. Whoa.
Looking for the single.
Yep. Clean. Just clean, clean, clean. Yep. Yep.
Okay. And on the nose.
Good for the single.
One red.
4-2. Saskatchewan leads after 6.
Something under this.
Roll buried.
Get rid of 2.
Might have to hit
Yeah, if I could get rid of 2. Okay, that's probably it then. Like save one of these and then just make this.
That's what, yeah.
All right, let's do.
So it's 7/8.
Yeah, I think it's
7/8 firm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
8
think
and
you
a
just
half.
try your best
Yeah.
to make that
Sorry.
roll.
Like that.
Yeah. And then make sure you get a double out of it.
Yeah. 3/4 low.
So it's not about getting rid of both yellows in the house. It's about getting rid of the guard on a slash angle to get one out of the house. But the key is also to roll your shooter in.
Like 2 of them.
2 of them. And make the roll.
Make
Yeah.
the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were just
Probably
talking
leave
about.
one of them in the rings, but
That's fine.
Yeah, let's make that roll good.
yeah,
You got her, bud.
What kind of weight?
like firm 8 and a
Firm.
half.
Okay.
Just trying to roll to center.
Yeah. Eight. 8-5.
Close. Close. Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Go straight. Whoa.
It's got to be close. They wanted curl. They wanted straight.
All right.
I think they just lost it.
The double on the second.
Probably not bad.
Not horrible, no.
No.
No, you make the
throw,
double
bud.
on the next.
Yeah, there's a double there.
We're okay with that.
Yeah. That red?
I mean,
Or you
yeah,
go.
I think we're completely fine with that, are we not?
At this point.
Well, hold on. He might have this.
Would you ever go like over here somewhere?
Yeah.
I love that.
I like it right here.
Hold on, but then is he gonna still play that?
Like
See a
he
good
does,
spot?
it's
Either
open.
that or it's a big roll.
Like, oh, hit this. That's a pretty good shot too.
I could do that.
It's the best result.
Big board?
If you like it.
Yeah.
I do.
Good call.
So 3 options. They talked about coming
You're okay
around
with
the
it?
center.
Okay.
Not a huge fan of that because if Mike is even in the 8-foot and Owen freezes to it, it makes the 2 much more difficult. They talked
Yeah.
about
Oh,
the
yeah.
wings, try to force Owen to
board,
think
low.
about it
Yeah,
there,
like
but
try
they're
to roll as far as you can.
concerned that he might make the slash. And
Two-thirds?
this was a shot that
Just
was
nose.
100% called by Colton.
He might have a split.
Take away any
Oh, yeah.
raise for Nova Scotia. Try to hit and roll
And I
in.
might have to play.
Big board?
Yeah, roll it all the way to the other side of center. Go big.
Whoa. Curl.
Big.
Curl. Curl.
Straight.
Straight.
Should be okay. Should be okay. Yeah,
Oh,
take
and
it,
they
take
just
it.
got away
You're
with
good,
it.
you're good, you're good.
And McEwen rolls over to lie 3 with Hammer here in 6.
Wow.
Perfect.
Real good.
Great shot.
Nowhere to hide
Great
now.
result, yeah. Nice.
Terrific outcome.
Shot.
That was probably controlled.
I mean, to make this double like that, are you kind of going over
We're
towards the
kind of
triple
going
anyway?
over there anyway.
Okay.
Let's just do it. Peel.
Okay.
Well, if it isn't there, I'm probably just going to squirt underneath it. So
Yeah, I feel like to make this, you actually got to hit it a little
there.
thinner. Yeah.
He's
So I'm
talking
aiming
about
for
is
like
it there, the
3/4?
triple.
no, like 2/3.
2/3. Okay.
So you hit 2/3, you hit this one
Thick
that
2/3.
way, but obviously you catch the stone and your shooter goes over there.
I know.
That's what he's attempting to do, figuring that for sure he makes the double. And he
What are you
either
playing?
rolls that way or maybe the triple's there. It's
Yeah.
it's a tough
Trying
one.
to roll over to the right,
Behind the center or?
behind the other one.
Oh, okay.
Peel, like big peel.
Okay.
He might. The triple might be there, but
Outturn will curl more than the in, just because we played the in a whole bunch. Outturn will have a
Outturn
little more snap.
Well, he says really big peel. Let's see how hard he can throw it.
In some trouble. Owen Purcell. His final stone in 6.
All Okay.
And just gets the 1. So for Mike McEwen, a draw for 3 and a chance to take a stranglehold here on our feature game.
Okay, bud.
Okay.
Probably a 14.5. A little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they threw it this end a few times.
Yeah. It is. They've been throwing them out wide. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a few that are really wide, and they still come in there.
Yeah.
Maybe just like, just wasn't going to move, like, kind of like take.
Well, a huge chance for Mike to capitalize on that mistake.
I liked it. I thought it was just a duster.
Silver medal last year in that final.
I liked it.
Won a bronze in St. John's in 2017. And we know that Brier is going back to Newfoundland and Labrador.
14-1.
Could run the button now, I think.
Shot.
A nice draw weight from Mike McEwen. To the button, 3 on the board. And Saskatchewan now leads by 4 here in Kelowna. Kathy, as a youngster, I was lucky enough to come to Kelowna a lot growing up. It is such a beautiful part of our country, and it feels like spring. Boats ready to come out here in the marina on Okanagan Lake. Wine country, great golfing, hiking. I think Ogopogo lives in the lake somewhere as well.
Absolutely does. She does. It is.
Great part of our country. Awesome to be back for the Brier. First time since 1968. The Brier here in this wonderful city.
Line's good.
A little higher than this
really
last
curling.
one.
Really curling.
Line's good.
Yeah. 2, 3, 3.
Okay, Scott's rock.
It's good.
Want to even with this.
Yeah, it's all there. Sit, sit, bite.
15-8.
Shot.
Bite. Okay.
And we've seen a lot of lakes. We were at Lake Superior, a little colder in Thunder Bay for the Scotties, a little warmer here. And I told you, we found Ogopogo. There you go.
Well, are we assuming
right there on the waterfront. I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of better places to start your morning with a coffee than a lovely walk along the water.
It's been so, so beautiful to be here.
And don't need your shovel in this part of the country right now, which is great. I got home from Thunder Bay, Kathy, and the dog looked at me, and the shovel was there, and it was time to go to work. So it's nice to have some warm weather here in Kelowna for the Brier, and yeah, the steal of 3 for Mike McEwen, then the score of 3 with a hammer, and there you go. It's 7-3 in our feature. And well, Owen Purcell talked about it, Kathy. You know what? What's a successful week? Well, I'm taking on one of my idols here in the feature game. It's a TV game. It's learning. It's getting these experiences to put in your back pocket and learn and get better as the week progresses here.
11-5.
Can we not just hit and roll under the corner that we just put there?
Close one on sheet B. 5-4 Quebec leads, and 1 to come here in the 7th end.
Well, we always talk about momentum in a game and where you start to see a difference. And it has been a lot of pressure by Scoffin and his team on Quebec. But with that great run back by Felix last end to score 3, that momentum has switched. Thomas now being forced, facing 2, needs to get to the lid or tap the stone back. Trying to play the tap, has to get by that guard.
And here comes that guard, Kathy, so close to it. Oh, just gets by, tap it enough, but look at that curl. And it overcurled on him. It was really moving, so a steal for Quebec. And they fought back now to lead by 2. And it's amazing. Sometimes one shot, Kathy, you talked about it, for Felix Escalating, and that was that beautiful run back in the previous end. So him and Jean-Michel Menard have the lead.
Well, you talked, one of the things that really struck me from your conversation with Owen was we want to learn. You know, you come here, he comes here for the first time, obviously wants to win everything he can. We showed his junior career, but this is different. So what do you learn? And so for this team from Nova Scotia, trailing by 4 against one of the top front runners, it is important what you do from this and what you get out of this. This game is not over. I know that analytically it would say, you know, this team is in tough, But how do you make Mike sweat a little bit? Where do you put stones? How do you get the most out of the stones that are in play? Learning.
And, you know, one guy in this field, he said, you know, he felt very lucky that he crossed paths with Brad Jacobs. And Brad's a guy that Owen says is, you know, become a bit of a mentor to him. You know, he can, you know, text him, bounce questions off him. And so he goes up against Mike McEwen here. Well, guess what? He's also in the same pool as Brad Jacobs, so they'll go head-to-head this week as well. And
nice.
Really good.
Great shot.
Great to get those experiences.
16-6.
16-6.
Let's go, boss.
But they're going to need a miss and a little bit of help if they hope to get back in this game.
Clean. Yep. Can't hurt it. Whoa. Clean.
Yeah, that ran better.
Nova Scotia trying to place that guard a little bit closer to increase the odds that in trying to remove it, a jam would happen on one of those Saskatchewan stones in the house.
So I got like a nice split on Scott's, like good speed here.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Weight's good.
Weight's real good.
Mine's good.
Fight the 12-foot right here.
Probably gonna come down
Gotta
with
curl
this
a
one.
bit. Curl. Okay, line's good.
Okay, weight's good.
Always right
Still
now.
trying to generate through guards. At some point they can play a freeze, but that is such a difficult shot with the stones in the house. But because the houses are so lively, as are the stones, even when you make a perfect freeze, with someone like Mike or Colton, their upweight ability, it's easy to blast out.
Where do you want to see it? Just off middle? I like right there. Yeah.
Float a hair.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, get that over.
Yeah, and stones aren't their friend below that tee line behind it, so that's why they were happy to clip that one out.
Go. Thanks.
Shot.
No, that one was helping us.
Probably gonna get some curl here.
Yep. Looks good.
10.5.
Playing the hit and roll. Other option would be playing a freeze on one of those stones, especially now that we're down to Luke's
10-5.
second.
Close.
10-5.
Curl.
Close. Curl. Straight.
Sit. Fight.
And it should bite.
Great shot.
Good job, guys.
Nice, Luke.
Second shot stone. As that one settles, another update sheet D, Saskatchewan PEI.
Well, it's Tyler Smith's turn to have some pressure. We've shown Ryland Kleider in a similar position, so it is 2 right now. And the final stone by Kleider went around that guard on the tee line. And so for Tyler, needs to take a lot of ice and to get to the 4-foot.
We're gonna over curl.
Yep, line.
So
One of these teams on sheet D will pick up their first win here in Kelowna.
Oh, you hear the hard line, and also, well, the weight might have been actually really close. It just curled so much, so a steal of 2 for Ryland Kleider.
good stuff, fellas. Try to need to come down to waste time.
And in our feature, is Mike just splitting the house here, playing?
I think he's running his own
He's
back.
gonna play the run back, okay.
I do think so.
So running back, trying to hit his yellow under that red back 12.
Curl.
And yeah, just clips enough.
Shot, Mike. Great weight.
Bye, Mikey.
Nice. Weight was perfect.
Good shot. Nice, man.
Good brush by Daniel to get that extra finish to catch the backstone.
Like, nope, don't touch that.
You threw it really clean, I thought. So
yeah. It had a baby check on it, though.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if you think you're not going to get your deuce anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
All right.
Let's just do 10-5. That.
Okay.
Well, if we wanted to get the blank, we could also just fire this double.
Whatever you, yeah.
Let's just 10-5 roll this way.
Okay, Owen.
Well, he seems to be a little bit between two shots. If you want the blank, you could play the double, but you're rolling out.
Good. 2/3 under, half under.
So instead, trying to hit and roll under, you might be better to roll really far. There is that corner guard that is such a corner guard. As you look at it, you could roll to bite.
Yeah, like
the problem is that Mike could draw to lie too.
In the hole is good, yeah.
Close.
10-5. 10-5.
Line's good.
10-5.
Lead.
10.
Close, straight.
Yeah.
Straight. 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 Straight.
Go, go, go. And really nowhere to hide. Tried to flip it underneath. So a nice hit and roll from Mike McEwen will ensure the force here in 7th.
It's a little late on it.
Yeah. Like we could have rolled a little long. That really went sideways.
Great weight. That was a really good throw.
All the way to the button.
Same weight.
We've definitely seen some frosty conditions in the afternoon and evenings, but not out here today.
And this young man in his first Brier appearance, it is a 12-2 final as Moybrook and his team out of the Whitby Curling Club here for the first time. He was also coaching at the U18s as well, Team Ontario. Chatted with him on the phone. He said, yeah, I got roped into that. Now pretty excited to be here at his first ever Brier as a skip.
Now Mike wanting to stick around and roll, so there's no blank on the table.
Very nice.
I had a weird release on that.
Yeah,
I hooked it.
Yeah.
So the hit for one.
It's gonna nose.
Yeah.
A little more.
More?
Nose hit? Yeah. Go on, you got her.
It was not like the first one.
Final stone here in 7 in a 7-3 game.
10. 10.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Shot.
And Owen right on the nose, so he'll pick up his one. But it really is Mike McEwen, Team Saskatchewan. They got the hammer, they got momentum in our feature game here in Kelowna. It is the first day of 3 draws a day here at the Brier on TSN. Our first morning draw on the weekend. Brian Mutrick, Kathy Gauthier with you on this Sunday morning, just after 10:30 a.m. local time here in BC and Kelowna. And you know, Kathy, you look at our feature game, you go back to that third end, and that was such a tough one for Purcell, his final stone. He went through a port that really, I mean, you could try 100 times and not miss the way he did.
Agreed.
It was that steal of 3, and that kind of sort of dictated the game and momentum from that point.
It has, because here's a great example at looking at the leads numbers, both very strong. It's not been about a struggle to set ends up. It was one shot, and when that one shot leaves 3, it's very tough. And yes, there was another 3 last end for the team from Saskatchewan. But at this point, Nova Scotia has to take risk.
No, weight's good.
And you know what? We got to credit Mike McEwen too.
Weight's
Good
perfect.
teams,
Whoa,
veteran
whoa,
teams.
whoa,
They pounce
there.
on chances. They take advantage, and that's what Mike and his team have done here.
Well, that tick double in 4 to me should be part of a highlight reel. It was such a good shot.
14-5.
Yep. Back 8. Even back 4.
Yeah, good spot here.
Yeah, good speed.
14. Okay.
Top 4.
A little light. I'll be more like Frozen.
Hey, yeah, line then.
Hard it. Hard. Guard.
Yeah, okay. Curl. Curl. Straight. Just going to try to line these up to go into the yellows.
Okay. All right, Scott.
First time at the Brier, Sam Moybrook, and he's got 2 wins, beating Quebec and just off the ice beating the Northwest Territories and signing some autographs as well. And Kathy, I chatted with him as we look at the standings on either side. He said, he beat Howard in the provincial final, Scott, and he looks over and he sees Glenn. Well, that guy's won 1,000,000 times, and now here I am finally, and he's 2-0 in Group B. Of course, he's got a couple heavyweights to take on still, and Jacobs and McEwen. Group A, so tough. Carruthers, Dunstone, Gushu, Epping. I mean, I asked you off the top of the show, is it Gushu's to lose? If anything, though, it's a tough field, Kathy, and a lot can happen, and I think a lot of teams can pull out of this thing and win.
Well, we talk about our feature game this afternoon with Gushu and Epping, both undefeated teams. Epping has been pushed. He went an extra end over James Grattan in the first one. Last night against Cooey, even though the score looks like it was a little bit of a spread, it was not. It was a very closely contested game. And that Pool A is a grind.
No.
It's going to be a fun week.
Great week.
Of group play. 3 advanced from either side.
Oh, jeez.
It's good.
That's good.
Shot.
That's really good.
Shot.
I thought it was.
That's a good shot.
As much as I could see, but that was a pretty difficult shot, actually.
Again, some very good numbers, but here we start to see a plus for Saskatchewan with Kevin. Not bad numbers for Scott, but when your opponent's 16% better, that's when you start to see pressure being placed on thirds.
It's good.
Are we going
Probably
halfway?
just half.
Okay, got to curl a bit.
Yeah, just half.
We can get it.
Yeah, got to curl.
We can drag it. Weight's good.
Well, Nova Scotia's got
Line
something
only.
to work with. They've got a couple
really
of
good.
guards,
Keep going,
even though
Luke,
one
keep
of them
going.
is biting
Keep going.
the top of the house, trying to plug up the middle again.
Hard. Okay.
Very good.
Good
Nice
sweep.
simpler.
Thanks, Abes.
Mike calling the super thin double. Because that long guard is so long, you could be completely buried and it's reachable with hack or board weight. The closer ones are the problem.
Okay, shot.
Kevin got them all moving.
Real nice.
That's very, very good.
Hi, boy.
That was a hard shot.
It was.
I could hear the coach bench murmuring when we called it.
Over there. Hey, a hair more? Please?
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, 25.
Yep. Okay, top 8.
Hey, it's got to curl a mile.
Yeah, just head down and go. Top 8.
Okay, straight. Right here.
Yep. Well, trying to play the audible now. They heard top 8. They saw that the curl was going to go past.
Keep going.
The stone.
Okay.
Okay, Luke. Okay, Luke.
Hey, guys.
14-8.
Yeah.
just peel the guard.
Oh, I like this. That guard is barely over the top.
Yeah.
Okay, the weight should be fine in here, right?
And that's just, it's so high, Kathy, and so much curl, it's like the guard isn't even there in theory.
Exactly.
Stay hair down a minute.
Yep.
Hair down.
Yep.
Hair down.
Clean.
Whoa. Pretty good now.
Whoa, curl.
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 Hack. Heavy
Curl.
hack now.
Curl.
Whoa, whoa, big roll. Big roll. Big roll. Big roll. All the way over.
And
All the way
yeah,
over.
avoids the jam as well. Shooter 6 around.
Shot.
Compared to the.
And let's look over now. Sheet D,
Yeah,
Saskatchewan,
like 10,
PEI.
but it's gonna be
Facing 2 on his
9-8
final, Rylan Kleider hit and rolled to the wing, was trying to stop it behind his own, but it went a little bit too far, so it is open for Tyler Smith if he can get to the nose and stick right there.
Good. Yeah, we're good.
Chance for 2.
Just
Why don't
doesn't
we-
want to touch his own Yellowstone, which is right now second shot rock.
Clean.
Can't afford to move that one too
Clean.
far.
Hard.
Hard. Weight's good. Right to your broom.
Hard to
Clean.
it, Chris.
Yep.
Just stay down on it. Stay down,
Yep.
Scott. You got it. You got it.
He's got a lot of room to roll to if he needs to, and he will. So doesn't clip the yellow, rolls in, and that is 2 for PEI. Down by 2 after 8.
Have to peel, Mike.
I think
You
so.
could hack that, but
It's hard to kill it.
Is that any good?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it's better, yeah. I
Trying
think
to
it's
figure out
better
if you
to
can
hit
get
it, I
the
think.
tight one.
Hack it. Yeah, it'd be good. Same weight. Even if you don't kill it. I agree.
that's the one that's.
You just got as long as we move it. Yeah.
Kathy, right back to you. Another update, Yukon and Quebec.
Oh, big trouble. I talked about that momentum after Felix made that wonderful run back double. And it has been all pressure on Thomas Scoffin trying to come through the hole and stick on the lid facing 4.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold it along that line. And yes.
Well done.
Couldn't afford to roll much farther. A single and a potential game saver there. So 6-5. Quebec leads with hammer when they begin 9.
And he couldn't have thrown a whole lot less weight because of the hole that he was going through.
We're a little high is okay.
That's what I'm thinking,
So I'm
yeah.
going to over ice it a bit. There?
Okay.
Yeah, there's starting to be a wall building up there
Just a
for
button
Nova
draw,
Scotia.
really.
And here was my key matchup as we went into the game. The battle of 2 very,
Front
very
of the
good
nail. I'm
thirds. The
taking-
plus absolutely goes to Saunders, but remembering that the plus was the second from Saskatchewan, so that kind of evens it out. And I suspect that the numbers will be better
right
for
to it,
Mike than Owen, and that
Yep.
dictates the board.
Got our bud locker on.
And numbers do tell the story, Kathy, but really, if we sat down and just broke this down after, it was the tough miss
end.
from Owen and a great shot,
shot.
from Mike, and that's this game, right?
It is.
Couple shots, the difference.
And unfortunately, when you throw last
Okay,
rock,
weight's
more
close.
often
T.
than not, you're getting a 0 or a 4. So for Owen, he got a 0, which he would have got if he just was short on a draw for 2.
Okay, we're all there.
But it cost 3 points.
All there.
Well, in the Scotties
Well,
final, Rachel Homan got 2
we're real
zeros,
close.
except there was a 1 in front of them both, and it was
Yes.
100%, which was unbelievable.
Trying to freeze right to the face.
Attaboy.
Wow.
Very
That's
nice.
an awesome shot. Locks it right on. Shot stone on the button.
What a great
Do it
team
better.
shot. Great throw by Owen, but great judgment and great brushing.
I don't, and like if I
And on the
Thanks.
side,
Yeah, that's pretty
Kathy
good.
frozen that it would squirt left towards the yellows as well.
Well done by Scott and Ryan.
Bring it to me.
They've had a busy morning. They've swept a few post to post.
I guess I could fire it and get
That's my
shot.
thought. You can nose it with peel and get shot. It's up to you, because you're not shot if you don't. If we nose it with lightweight.
It's still pretty hard to be shot even with peel.
Yeah, I think it'll bounce enough, but
Does that help me though?
I think your original call is good. We can manage that.
Just throw a board then.
And it's interesting. It just
board. Just
same shot, but Colton thinking if you throw it really hard in hitting the stone, it might actually scooch forward a little bit as it hits. But Mike doesn't necessarily see that. I'm not sure I do either. And so if the objective is to get to the nose so that you can even move it next time, you don't need to throw peel. You can throw what you know will get to the nose and stay right there.
Nice and quick here.
That is a pretty darn good shot by Owen Purcell.
Throw what you know. Very good, Kathy. Look at you. First morning draw and you're on fire already.
The weight's good. All board.
Yeah,
heavy.
board.
Little hot.
Whoa, then.
Little hot.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Hot.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good. Good. That's what he wanted.
And who shot?
I think red.
I think so too.
I think red, yes.
But it's a lonely red.
Take a little bit of ice.
Okay.
I'd rather leave him like the hole through the center than to over curl.
So right here?
Yeah, that's our spot.
Okay, looks good.
All right, let's go.
I think that's the best that Mike could do with that. And so
yeah.
Placement is massive here for Owen, because if he's tight and he's not tucked at all, it will be run in.
Yeah, I like it.
So bite the center line, basically, tight guard. Or just off center.
Well, we wanted a little off center.
Just off center. Okay.
Yeah. All right, nail this.
Okay.
So placement is really important. It's not just about where the guard is, but it has to be a little bit tucked behind that long guard so that Mike will not have access to run either that long guard or this stone that's being thrown straight back.
Line only. Line's good. Curl.
Line only.
Curl. Curl. Got it, curl.
Just above your broom.
Push it, Scott. Push it. Curl. Push it.
Hard, Scott.
Push it.
Hard.
Getting good. Keep going.
Keep going.
And
Keep
that
going.
is
Attaboy.
pretty much exactly where they had the broom down.
Nice. Very good.
Great shot.
Shot.
Kathy, player comparisons brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Well, and as predicted, you had the second from Saskatchewan with a plus, but then it was a Nova Scotia plus for third. But here's where the points go on the board, and it is a definitive plus for Mike
A little
McEwen.
heavier on this side than that side, because you'll be the first one here, I think. So.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So trying to get to the face of that stone that is very much overburied and tap it back marginally for two. And because that guard is so long, if Mike were to actually tick on that guard, he probably would miss the tap because it will swing so much.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Weight's good, Kev.
Curl.
Final stone here at 8.
Curl.
Right now, a stolen point for Nova Scotia, but look at this carve over and curl and the tap and move the red. How far?
Good shot.
Well, enough for a single.
Just a hair.
One on the board for Mike McEwen. And a commanding lead here. 8-4 after 8. The Brier coverage right here on TSN. And it's been a great morning for Mike McEwen and his team out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon. That 3 on the board and 3 was massive. That was a stolen 3 points. Then Mike scored 3 and 6. So 8-4. And lead stones are on the way. And this one is from Ryan Abraham.
Well, you saw that miss just now. That was the attempt to chip the opponent's stone into the house so that you can hit it. I think it's a wonderful play. That comes a lot from mixed doubles.
Want it even with this?
Yeah, we're even.
Just went by the outside.
No, you're even. Yeah.
16.
And the 5-rock rule, Kathy, now, and the change, no more tick shots available if you're on that center line.
Correct.
If it's on the center line, and actually I think you saw, was it last night you guys showed either live or in an update, there's a little tool you can measure to see if it is indeed touching the center line.
A little soft, Kev.
Yep. Soft release, but I slid too fast.
I was just worried he softened it too much.
You see Nova Scotia splitting the guards. About a year ago, you might have seen the double stack where you throw one guard and you throw another on top. But the analytics have shown that while it does improve your odds of scoring 2, it also has a higher degree of giving up steals of 2. And so most teams now have gone to 1 on one side and 1 on the other.
It's amazing, too, in talking to Owen, where he said, you know, Scott Zachary's old school Brier, and Luke is more new school Brier, and it just ways of thinking, right? And the analytics part of it is become massive for a lot of teams that look into this stuff, right?
Line's good.
It's huge. Renee Sonnenberg from Curling Canada works with a lot of the teams to look at their analytics. So when you're up to what are the percentage of time that you win? What are your tactics? What do you play? What does the rest of the field play? You can learn so much about watching others beyond just your own team.
Well, Kathy, we just talked during the break, like Mike McEwen could have elected to slash in the guarded stone from Owen, and he could have had a big score, and it would have been handshakes. But you look at the scoreboard, you play that shot, you almost got 2, you get your 1, you're well in control of this game.
You bet.
Clean, 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 clean. Stroke up.
And Mike almost made that shot, just that little bit extra weight. We heard the team talking. They got by the guard by about an inch, so if it has a little less weight, he's not rolling as far. He's got his 2, and that's all they felt they needed. But scoring was important, and he did that.
Weight's good.
Right, a little heavy. Yeah, I agree. No, weight's good. Similar depth to Ryan's.
Always Ryan.
Top 12.
Whoa, then.
Sliding.
Feels like a 4. It's out of the rings.
Really,
no,
it's going sideways.
Feels like a 4.
Okay, weight's good.
No.
Just gotta sit. Okay, Scotty. Not bad.
Okay, I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good shot. I don't think you can chase that.
Yeah, and if you can, you can.
You know, what? Well, you could just do this. Yeah. Kind of crotch that.
Yeah. I like
8?
it.
Yeah.
What?
With normal?
Oh, you're looking at how much weight?
Yeah. Normal weight?
Okay.
Like you're kind of just like making a crotch.
Yep.
I like that.
Sure.
All right.
Trying to get to the center of those red, yellow stones and get rid of the red. He can see a piece. Colton
Curl a
can.
long way. Has to curl a long way. Ah, Jesus.
Okay. Okay, bud.
Well, that's what we talked about. It was going to take a miss or 2 at this level to try squeak back in a game. So now we'll see if Nova Scotia can take advantage.
I like that 14-8,
Yeah.
4-10.
Top 4 weight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Ice looks good?
Yep.
It's enough?
Yeah. Looks good. Looks like plenty. Okay. Close.
It's good. Big.
So they're using one guard already with that last shot
T-line.
from Colton, trying to use the other one now. They'll worry about shot stone later.
Whoa, guys.
Trying to get this buried.
Where you at?
Back 12.
Well, I
Back
know
8.
where, yeah, curl.
Curl.
Nice! Nice! Hard, Mike!
Good shot.
You know, you've heard it in this
Shot.
game,
Like.
Kathy, and it's what Owen talked
That's
about,
good.
the
Yeah, good
intensity of Luke Saunders. He felt this team lacked it. They've got it in Luke.
Well, and I loved his call. He yelled, "Where you at?" There was nothing in terms of communication from the front end to Owen. So how do you call line? Luke wants to call it. How does he call line? Where you at? They started to talk, and then they started to knife it because they knew they could.
Close. Yep.
It's really good to have somebody on your team that calls you on your stuff.
And let's check in now. 1, 2, 3 yellows in for PEI and Smith in a 6-4 lead for Saskatchewan and Ryland Kleider.
Well, for Ryland, he's got 2 options, and it looks as though he's playing the hit just because of where Matt Hall is holding the broom. He could for sure draw to the 4-foot. I don't know if that sheet of ice that is on the outside is as predictable, but he's called the hit. Needs to stick around.
And he's, interestingly enough, 100% on his draws. And
right to it. Good.
got away with it. Hit little roll. He's got the single.
Lots of pressure from Tyler Smith.
And it's tough to when you just check it on an updated sheet, Kathy. So 7-4 for him after 9. Maybe didn't like a spot or a rock or a tricky portion of the ice. Who knows?
Or
but
playing the score, feeling that he had that catcher.
And he made it.
Sure did.
Huck.
Straight! You gotta go!
Weight's good.
Well, yes,
Weight's good. Weight's good. Yep.
Keep going.
And now the audible, they're going
Into the ring.
to chip in or try to.
Party.
Good.
Oh, that was dirty. 12-3.
And is it it?
I think so.
I think so. The way they were chatting, yeah, I think it is.
Like
Just
a little
biting.
tight, but
I don't
not
know.
by that.
Yeah.
He's going
I
to try
mean,
to
you could
drill
just
the
play
puck.
this double too.
It's in.
Yeah,
We're giving him 2 if we play
I'm
the
not
double.
even worried about that. I'm not worried about that stone.
No.
Where they say 4.
There's no double here.
No, as I said, we can't play this because then he makes it. If we miss, he
In
makes
for
the double
sure.
as auto 2.
What does he do here, though? Like, he goes here?
Yeah.
The only problem is if I go here, then...
He's still. This is still a decent double rock for us.
Is it though? Why don't we just freeze that? Like, what's the
I
best
can
he's
just
doing?
slash this.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, why
Just
slash
slash it, and he's got to go perfect.
Yeah, but even if we just freeze that, he freezes that, we're still shot, and we just guard. Or come in there. Like, he's never getting more than 2.
Correct. He comes here, we guard, he's got to make
Or we draw in there kind of half-assed. Like, I think we just draw over there and freeze that and get rid of that rock.
Or do we call a timeout, boys?
Timeout.
That's a good call.
So a timeout.
I still like
and
that.
Brent Lang will come out.
Well, Colton and Mike are on very different pages. One's worried about the rock that just is at the top.
Yeah, they ran a good 7,
I'm
8
just like,
seconds.
if we draw over there, he freezes.
3-time Brier champ,
just guard
3-time
it.
world
I
champ,
don't
Brent
hate
Lang.
this.
It's an auto deuce if we miss.
I don't want to come in here.
No.
No, that's the one I hate the most.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe.
I like drawing right there.
Or just do this.
Sure.
Could do that too, yeah.
I like either drawing over here, doing something that he freezes, we guard. If we
Flash that, you never go up more than 2. Like, where do they go? You might even make this double.
If we miss the double, then he makes that double. It's a deuce.
Yeah,
which is fine. I don't like coming in.
No.
Because then he can run and sit and bury.
Not doing that. I think it's slash this or just.
I didn't even look at that. How
or you
easy
could
is
draw
that?
too.
I can see all of it.
Oh, not quite.
I don't know. I would slash
From the
that,
hack,
but
at least not quite.
I don't mind taking a run at that double.
what is it? A third?
What happens if he puts it
Closer to
here?
a quarter. That's my worry.
Yeah, then you might have to make this draw.
Well, I don't know why we just don't make the draw now.
You can, and then he
this
freezes
rock's not
in there.
hurting us.
No.
Well, okay.
We're never giving up more than 2. I just put it over here.
I agree, and then he's going to go in there and
Well, if you make your first shot, you're never giving up more than 2. I don't think.
Yeah.
yeah.
So whether you make it now or you make it later,
I just like
guarding your
thinking-
second.
I like throwing it now.
He's still playing that free.
That's fine.
Right?
As
He's
long-
still
it's-
freezing.
I mean, you can
Okay
see
with
all
that.
of this. I don't mind this too. I just don't think you can.
I don't mind this draw, Mike. Like so I threw that one right here this end.
Still never
right?
more than 2. That's why I just like getting rid of this rock.
So
Good
much
shot. He threw this right. Yeah.
talk about whether this stone is
my
in.
gut.
Oops, I apologize. Whether this stone is in fact a problem. Colton clearly doesn't believe it is, and what Brent Lang was saying is if you play in here
It's
now
full speed here.
and you're lying 3, the most you're ever going to get, even if Owen comes around and makes a little bit of a tap to lie shot, the worst you're going to do is give up 2. And again, this is now the 9th end. You're scoreboard watching. You're up 4. It's not the beginning of the game, or if you're tied up, it could be very much a different shot. So play to lie 3, which essentially takes away the benefit of that red stone that is buried belonging to Nova Scotia.
This one looks
No,
hot.
it's heavy.
Jeez. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Mike, can you get your shooter over?
Sorry.
Forever just making it.
Hard to get your shooter to outcount that yellow.
Yeah, no, that's just.
Well, no, I was almost thinking, what if we just like kind of made this?
I think.
Can you pump this over?
What's that?
Nothing. Just looking. Whenever you roll under.
Call it time.
Yeah, I don't mind calling the time. Time.
Yeah, call time.
Time up there.
And now Nova Scotia applying their timeout.
Let's talk this through.
So
and
we
Colleen
obviously
Jones
need 3.
We're
So
3
to the ice.
Well, if we need 3, then
we got to eliminate 1.
To be honest, Owen, I'm not seeing this going into that and going into that.
Yeah,
I don't see it going over that, but I do think you can get that
you
one.
think I can get this one with it?
I do. And then what's his
Hammer
play?
that and then roll.
I don't know that the roll matters because then he's just hitting an
Right.
open one, right?
Okay, do you think I can...
What do you think,
The other
Luke?
thing is, too, though, is if this isn't here, do you think I can hammer this hard enough to make this double?
Well, it's a little lower. That's why I was
I
thinking
do
about coming
like that
off,
too. That might be the better shot.
Well, no, not now. I'm thinking
Later.
if I remove this and then hang it on, kind of like a split.
Yeah, like a
What if
split
that's the
sit-
call? What if we just like split this?
Sit 3, 4, 5.
And then sit, 3, 4, 5.
Well, he just goes
He's gonna hit
anywhere.
one.
He goes
We
anywhere.
won't be able to get rid of those.
Yeah, then he throws the
I think
third
I like
one in.
this. Owen, try and stick it on. Roll the,
Stick
roll
on.
over.
I kind of think that call is not a bad call.
This is
Okay.
never.
That just has to go out count.
Right.
This is never it though, right?
The only thing is they're just nosing this. If we
If
make
we
it
do
perfect,
that, if we do that, Luke, he plays the same shot and we lose.
and we're
Okay.
never getting
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
So what are you saying, Ryan? You like this?
I like that, personally.
I just don't know how we get 3 with that is all.
I know, but I don't know how we get 3 with this either.
If we can...
Unless we
can,
spin on.
if I could ever get it to just like curl in a little bit.
What way do you stand?
Let's do this.
Okay.
So they talked about, do we
I
try
like
to
it.
play this
I don't really see anything.
I think
and
you can
have
move it a little.
our shooter roll in? I just don't see that rolling in. They can definitely play that
Well, then
run
let's
and
play the
open it
other
up.
side, Owen.
I
Like,
also heard them talk
which side do you
about,
wanna
is
play?
this double going to be there?
If
That
you
is
ever bump it, like,
so...
a few inches.
so flat, and I'm not convinced the yellow on the button
100%
wouldn't go onto your red. So
Yeah,
the
bump it a
whole
couple inches.
discussion was, how do we score 3? How do we score 3? I don't know how you score 3. It's pretty tough right now because Mike still gets to throw again. And so what they're playing is the freeze down. We'll tap it back a little bit. Want to be lying
Weight's
shot.
close.
Weight's good.
And in the
Back
process, if
forward,
they're
no
able to
teeth.
tap the Yellowstone on the button back a little bit, now it creates a bit of an angle between the two yellows. The double could be there.
Little bump.
Okay. Curl.
Both teams using their timeouts here at 9. 8-4 lead for McEwen.
Yep. Good.
Little tap,
Good shot.
and shot
Nice
stone
one,
still
Owen.
Saskatchewan.
It's pretty good.
2 rocks to come here at 9.
Get that double.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shot, Owen.
Good shot, bud.
3. No. Like I just draw in.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Just and let him play it.
Is there anything in the middle that's better?
I mean, I could just take away the double. Just
Good.
guard this. Just throw a guard on it.
Ooh,
That's not a bad call, just with the intern.
Yeah.
Or draw over there. Yeah.
So he just tried this path, Kathy.
Same path? Sure.
Yeah, he did, and with
a little
Owen's
more
last
ice.
shot, it's very good. You can see that
Open
the
up the
tap
ice
now
slightly.
creates the
Little
double
more ice.
angle. And so to not give up 3, Mike is going to try to do what he did on the first one and draw to lie. 4th shot, so that the double, if it's made, is only for 2.
There's something right there, Flash. There's a black
Well, Owen
box.
said a successful week would be learning and being in situations like this. We'll see what he's got left. 1 to come here from Mike McEwen, low hammer here at 9.
I think it's good just to clean.
Right here, boy. Line's good.
It's still not heavy. They're not light, sorry.
It's still
I think
heavy.
we're good. I think we're T.
Clean. Clean, it's curling.
Looking like T line here.
We're
Clean.
there.
Put it right here.
We're there.
Put it right here, boys.
We're there. We're there. We're there.
Should be good.
You're good. You're good.
Ooh, just good. That's a slick spot there for Mike McEwen.
Don't come off at the end.
I thought I took off 6 feet.
I thought so too.
Yeah. It's good.
So a double for 2.
Let's do it. Heel. Hopefully
all
we
I
get into
see.
the side and hopefully we get a little lucky, right?
Yep.
Well, the little lucky
Peel in turn right there.
is you're playing a hard way
What am I hitting for you?
It
peel.
looks like half.
Yep.
And maybe if you're lucky, what he's talking about is that as that one goes sideways, it clips.
I think so, yeah. What is it, thin half?
Saskatchewan might have been a little lucky, as if that slides a titch more. Now, that being said, that one yellow might have jammed anyways, but chance for two, make it interesting.
You're going.
Maybe 3.
Maybe. What's he got? Owen Purcell, final stone here in 9.
Yep, you got
He's
it.
got to throw big weight, big rotation. Got one, roll it over, move it enough, and he does have 2. So a nice double, moves it enough, 2 on the board. Down by 2 as we come home in 10. Ryan Abraham leads stones for Team Nova Scotia. Down by 2 without hammer with play underway here in 10.
Well, no quit in this Nova Scotia team. When you look at the score after 3 ends, it was not looking particularly good, but a great fight and continuing to learn. I'm just going with that, Brian, after, one of the biggest messages I got out of your call with Owen was learning and learning to come back and fight back. And when you're playing one of the front runners, the guy that lost the final last year, and you've fought your way back and you're down 2 coming home, that's very respectable.
And lots of situations, Kathy, you got to learn to win close games and stay up in close games. You got to learn to try battle back against good teams, even if you're not successful with a W. How did you manage it? How did you manage it as a team with your dynamics?
Agreed.
Low 14 is good.
Take it here more. Yeah, I like that.
Over on sheet B, a back and forth game. And 1 and 2 for Scoffin, and 1 to come here for Felix Asselin, trying to make sure he secures his first win here in Kelowna.
Well, he's electing to play the draw. Thomas Scoffin hit on his final stone. And for Felix, if he plays the one at the back, he can get shot, but he can also roll a little bit too far, and he does not want to go the extra. So is playing the draw, looking for full 8 foot for the single and the win.
And the former Brier champ, Jean-Michel Menard. You can hear him in the house. Line is good. How's the weight? The weight is good, and the wait is over for Quebec as they have win number 1 here in Kelowna. Scoffin will drop to 0-2, 7-5 your final.
Good luck.
And you know what? Looking back, if they happen to go on a run, Team Quebec, it was that beautiful run back from Felix.
For sure.
We saw early in the game. That was nice to get his mojo going.
More weight. Just a hair more weight, or ice.
Okay, light, I think.
Better line. Yeah, go. It's light. Go.
Line's good.
Light. Just top 12.
Okay.
No, go. Keep going.
Keep going. You gotta keep going.
Hard. Moving. Top 4.
Yeah.
Come on, Avesy.
Yeah.
Come on.
They called light, trying to get the most they can out of this stone.
They dragged it a long way.
They sure did.
That's good.
Good job.
Good shot.
And Saskatchewan, Rylan Kleider in his first appearance. 7-4 as he gets a win over PEI and Tyler Smith.
Well, Tyler Smith forced Rylan a couple of ends that we did updates to make some big shots, and Rylan was up for the challenge.
Guard the red.
What distance?
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. A little light.
Lean on it. It's a
Halfway.
really nice spot.
Line's good.
Help him, Scott.
Halfway.
Help him, Scott.
Help. Halfway. Weight's
Line's
good.
good.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Yeah, weight's great.
Line's good. Curl.
Curl, Scott.
Curl.
Good. Good shot.
Curl. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good shot.
Nice.
Beauty.
That's great.
And Mike will continue to be patient and just eliminate those guards, because at some point, in order to score 2, Owen will have to move those stones in the forefoot. Ooh. Got the draft on the way by.
Shot.
Wouldn't have been ideal. I wasn't too worried, but it's gonna stop falling eventually.
And so we'll try to replace the guard.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Line's good.
A little higher.
Yeah, foot higher.
Good.
Foot higher.
Okay, line's good.
Halfway only.
Yeah, weight's good.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Just halfway.
Okay.
Just past half.
Line's good. Curl a bit.
Curl.
Curl, Scooter. Curl. Curl. Keep going.
Clean.
Keep going.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Real nice.
So rinse and repeat here for McEwen.
Yep. Clean.
And for Colton Flash.
Hard. Yep. Go ahead. Clean. Hard. Good. Clean.
And a nicer throw there for Colton.
Shot.
The game story is brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
Well, we go back to the second 3 that was scored. Owen was trying to make a double and maybe make a triple, but only got 1, and that led to the draw for Mike for 3. That really made a huge difference, and the double roll in 9 got him the 2, but is it enough? When you look at Last Rock throwers, the edge with a plus today, Mike McEwen.
Okay.
Minute 20.
Do you know what it's running here?
I think you're looking for back line, right?
So
it's
they're
not
talking
necessarily
about their
draws, more
time,
line,
and
right?
both teams' time is clipping down.
It is, remembering that both have also used their 1 timeout that you are allocated.
Okay.
It should be a much easier shot selection
14,
for Mike,
or
just
13,
because he will be just trying to eliminate. But the clock is indeed ticking.
So the clock, it's thinking time, so the clock will stop right now.
Hair light.
And McEwen had 2 minutes to start this end, but when you're up and you're not chasing the game, you can...
Shot selection is much easier.
It's not going to hurt you as much.
Back 12.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Back 12.
Whoa!
Back
Whoa!
8.
Curl! 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 6! Okay.
And shot stone is still McEwen.
Pretty good, huh?
And if your time runs out, just to be clear, you don't lose the game. You just lose the ability to throw any more stones. So
Right.
Mike, in theory, would just throw his final 2, and Owen wouldn't get to throw a stone.
You bet.
So shot stone
Dead
is
nose,
still
Mike.
Saskatchewan.
Dead nose. You got some both.
Nose hit and everything goes flying, doesn't it, Kathy?
But you might probably catch 1 still in the house, but the top one that you're hitting is going out, and the back one is going out for sure.
And Owen will have 47 seconds to work with.
Wait. Wait. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Mike McEwen,
Yep.
here in 10. Up by 2, trying to rattle things around.
You're good.
And 2 reds will go. So pretty
Mike.
simple. Owen's got to make sure he lies 2 here.
Go, Mike.
It's a little tap.
Good boy. Good job.
Edge 12, Owen.
Nicely done.
What's the call?
Just,
I like that.
Back 8.
Back 8.
Hair high.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds. You're good.
Okay.
So just a little tap.
Kind of the same weight.
Make sure they lie the 2. They need the 2, obviously, to Triforce an extra, and that'll leave Mike a pretty easy open hit to just remove the one, at least one,
Weight's good.
to secure the victory.
For Owen doesn't want to tap the McEwen stone any farther than he needs to. He needs to tap it out of the 4-foot to be line 2 when this is over. But wants to leave it as a bit of a catcher.
Weight's pretty good. Push it.
But needs enough weight to make sure they line 2. Have to move the yellow enough.
Gotta go on that yellow.
There's the tap, and it's not. They had to have more weight to make sure he was sitting at 2, and that'll do it. Mike McEwen.
Good game. Good luck.
Does not have to throw his final stone.
Game, Mike, good luck. Game, good luck. Game, good luck.
Kevin, good luck.
Well, a nice rally back by Nova Scotia. And for Mike McEwen, this is a very, very good team. And we saw some laughter out there today. I think that's the key for this Saskatchewan team. You keep it loose, you've got all the skills.
I gotcha.
Going to be tough to beat them.
Okay.
8-6 the final.
It's gambling, right?
As he made the final last year, trying to get back there. So Group B was our focus this morning. You saw Moybrook out of Ontario, 2-0. McEwen joins him. Jacobs had the bye, so not in action this morning. And in Group A, look at Gushue, Dunstone, Carruthers, Epping, all front runners, all guys expected to make a push. And they are undefeated. Maybe the big story is Kevin Cooey again. He struggled last year, and he starts 0-2 this year. Good win for this team out of Saskatoon. We'll wrap up our coverage from Kelowna right after this.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada.
Some autographs after a win. Colton Flash, Team Saskatchewan. A nice win in our feature game this morning against Nova Scotia. More action to come. Draw 5. We go back to Pool A. Brad Gushue chasing a record 7th title. No one's ever won 7. John Epping out of Northern Ontario. Both 2-0 today, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is our next game. Vic Rauter, Russ Howard, Joanne Courtney, Kathy Gauthier. So excited to have the Brier back in British Columbia. The 8th time this province has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. And our first Sunday morning at the Brier, always special to be back, covering the best curlers in our country. On behalf of myself, Kathy Gauthier, our entire crew here at TSN, thank you for watching. And we'll see you this afternoon at the Montana's Brier on TSN.